A lot of things have changed in the last 20 years. The last time I played RuneScape, rats looked like this. Imps looked like this. And I was still playing RuneScape out of our single computer at my granddad's house. I played RuneScape for about 2 months with a friend using a text-in membership, never playing free-to-play, and now after over 20 years we're back. So I am still essentially a complete novice to the game, and I'm really curious about what the free-to-play experience has to offer, especially with the, at least for me, the new Iron Man mode. The goals of this run are incredibly simple. I want to try out as many skills as possible and find the ones I actually enjoy. I want to beat the final quest, which is the Dragon Slayer 1 quest of the free-to-play experience, and I want to try and join as many guilds as possible, purely because I remember going for the Ranger Guild back when I played last time, and it's one of the few memories I actually remember fully. Other than that, I just want to see what the free-to-play experience actually offers new players, and I want to see if Iron Man is worth doing, so we will be going with Hardcore Iron Man, with the main secret goal of just honestly having fun, and seeing how I feel at the end of 100 hours of playing this game. And now we join past Lathrix, as he's just finished Tutorial Island and been waffling about absolutely nothing for 20 minutes. Please bear in mind this video is going to be a lot longer and more rambly than most RuneScape videos out there, because it's just going to be me experiencing the game and giving my thoughts in real time. So, hope you have a nice nap. Oh, that's interesting. There's an activity advisor. All quests and free-to-play quests, so I'm guessing these are ones I can do which don't have requirements. X marks the spot, no idea what that is. Cook's assistant, we do know, and Romeo and Juliet. Okay, well first, I really want to figure out how smithing works, and I would like to make myself a full bronze set. Before we do anything else, this is what I want to do. So I need to find some mines and a forge, a smithy. I don't know what it's called. World map, let's go. There we are, the mining shooters down there, next to the mining site, and I think there's a furnace and an anvil up here. Prayer tutor, altar, dead man tutor, security tutor. Okay, so there's a tutor absolutely everywhere, but for now, I'm gonna waste an hour or two by making myself a full bronze set, which I'm sure is totally the most efficient way of doing anything. Apparently there's a mining quest. Doric's quest. 2001, standalone, recommendations 15 mining. Brilliant, okay, that's the goal then. Let's get 15 mining, 18 blacksmithing or smithing, and then we'll go and do Doric's quest. That'll be the first quest we do. One of the funniest things to me is once I'm done with these 100 hours, I'm going to be absolutely binging other YouTube content on RuneScape, because I've had to resist watching so many videos. I don't know why, but the analytics and the algorithm seem to really want me to watch everything to do with RuneScape. I've never interacted with them, but wow, do they really want me to watch. Honestly though, it's because of all those thumbnails and everything that really sparked my interest in actually getting back into the game, so that's great. And I'm gonna feel so dumb once I start watching these videos of people who've been playing for thousands of hours and know exactly the best things to do. Although not strictly a goal, I'm also trying to play this game as blindly as possible, not looking up stuff unless I absolutely have to. If I do end up looking up stuff to make things run a little bit smoother, I'll be honest and say when I have. Got my first load of ore, immediately to level 6. I'm fairly certain that's going to slow down real quick. Oh, there it is. The furnace, do I need to click or just... Nope, there we go. How many to smelt? All. And there we go, I'll get 14 bronze bars. There we go, first set of bronze done, and we now have level 4 smithing, and I have my first upgrade, the bronze med helm. Don't I look lovely? Now, when you examine things, this comes up. Price of bronze med helm, GE 21, HA 14, LA 9. That's the price. I wonder if it's different store types, or... I honestly don't know. Things are gonna slow down real quick, but for now, I am loving the quick levels. That constant dopamine drip. Is that a mining? That's a mining site. So where is a mining shop? Because apparently I am multiple levels behind now in terms of my equipment. I'm using a bronze pickaxe, I can use like 3 levels higher. I have been sitting here looking around for over 10 minutes, and I have just found the mining shops. Where they are is right next to Doric's quest, which I originally was trying to look for, because soon I'll be going over there, and they're in the Dwarven Mine. So I'm assuming one of these will sell pickaxes. So Doric's quest wants 15 mining, so I think I'll go there as soon as I'm 15 mining, even if I haven't made the full bronze set, which of course I won't, just so we can upgrade our pickaxe, because this is taking way too long. So I need to get to there. So it's just follow this path the entire way. Okay, nice and simple, even I can't get lost. We found ourselves Doric. I asked him about the anvils, and I think he's about to give us our quest. Me anvils get enough work with my own use. I make pickaxes, and it takes a lot of hard work. If you could get me some more materials, then I could let you use them. Start Doric's quest, yes. Clay is what I use more than anything. Don't know why this accent, but it's what we're going with. To make casts, you could get me 6 clay, 4 copper ore, 2 iron ore. I could pay a little, and let you use me anvils. You'll be able to find all those ores in the rocks inside the dwarven mine. Okay, brilliant. 6 clay, 4 copper, 2 iron. I've just learned how to mine iron. That's why I need level 15. Don't know why I made him sound like a farmer. Ooh-ar. But now, let's hopefully get ourselves a new pickaxe. There's a store there and a store there. Also, I just spent 10 minutes making sure I can now look at things on the ground. This was the very first thing I actually had to look up because I could not figure it out for the life of me. But with that, we get the steel pickaxe, and I'll be right back once I've got all of the materials I actually need. Oh. Okay, so maybe I won't be using these mines. There are level 14 scorpions. That's a shame, because all the stuff I want at the bottom, but maybe not. Let's go and hand this into Doric, and I'll go back to Lumbridge and finish off getting level 18 smithing. There are loads of mining sites. So there's this one in the desert, there's 2 near this town, near Varrock. There's one here in Barbarian Village. I think I'll look at Barbarian Village and Varrock first, because they're really close to banks. We hand it over, and we get loads of mining experience. 180 coins, and we can use the anvils and also a quest point, which I do not understand yet. Cool. Okay, let's go and try out the Varrock mining sites, and let's see if any of those are any good. Gonna just run past the dark wizard circle there. So the first mining site didn't have any copper, but it did have tin. This one has copper and tin. There we go, that's where we're gonna mine for a while. I've just got a clue geode, which has gave me a clue scroll. Buried beneath the ground, who knows where it's found? Luckily for you, a man called Reldo may have a clue. I do not know a man named Reldo, I do not know what that is. I will keep that in the bank, and if I ever see someone called Reldo, I will talk to them. Reldo. I can start this quest by talking to Reldo. I've just been looking at all the different quests while I'm mining this copper, and I have just found who I'm meant to get to in Varrock Palace Library. Finally managed to go over 100 of each ore. I figured out that white is a thing, and I should stop wearing my armor absolutely everywhere, and now we're speaking to Reldo in the library. You show Reldo your clue scroll. Ah, do you know how hot and cold clues work? Well, you use a magical device to work out how far away you are from the place you need to be. When you get your destination, you dig. Well, then use this magical device to find where your destination is, and then do some digging. The device is cold, but warmer than last time. The device is warm, and warmer than last time. So digging. Oh, and I need a shovel. I know about shovels. Okay, it's somewhere to the south. That took me way longer than I care to admit, but it's right here. So just south of the mining site, and really annoying in terms of actually getting here. So we use the spade and we get a new clue. Always walking around the castle grounds and somehow knows everyone's age. Which castle? That's a castle, right? No, that's the palace. They specifically call it the palace. That looks like a castle. That's the White Knight's castle. And Lumbridge has a castle as well. I will teleport to Lumbridge since I have the ability to do that, and if that's a failure, I'll run over to Falador. Actually, let's go to Falador first. Then we can teleport if that's a failure. Well, I'm being yelled at for not being able to make a sword, since I don't have the combat level to start this quest. I'm not seeing anyone else to talk to, just a lot of White Knights which are being killed. I'll have a quick look at the other floors, though I think this isn't the correct castle. It said around the grounds. I don't imagine that's inside, but let's have a quick look. Spoke to this guy, nothing to do with the quest. I am moving to Lumbridge. Turns out his hand's over here, who can tell you how old your character is. So, we get the reward casket beginner. A Staff of Earth and a Nature Rune. Well, I have a staff now. Now, I actually know what these do. So these give you unlimited runes of the type they are, because I remember using the Air Staff when I trained magic a little bit. Then we also have Nature Runes, which I don't know, I just guess they're used for spells. Talk to the Frog Prince! Okay, I'm guessing it's the one with the crown. I have not had any of these events yet. Please help me. I was transformed into a frog by a well-meaning but sadly frog-obsessed old wizard. Only your touch can turn me back. Will you help me? Would a kiss be acceptable? Yes! And there we go. Thank you so much, Mr. Lathrix. I must now return to my fairy tale kingdom, but take this as a reward. You can exchange it at the Varrock clothes store for a costume. I just noticed in chat, you have completed... Angry Tree. You have completed one beginner treasure trail. Your treasure is worth 1,600 coins. So we got that from just mining. I wonder if there are other ways to get those clues, or is it just through digging up the clue geode or whatever it's called. I'm hoping we get some more, because that was fun. And very distracting, which is the entire game. Yeah, this is definitely the best place to smelt. The bank's there, the furnace is there. I've just now realised what GEHALI mean. GE is Grand Exchange. That's the name of the auction house in RuneScape, and that's all to do with the price. So HA, I think, is high-level alchemy. We just looked at that, and LA, low-level alchemy. I might be wrong about the HA and LA, but I am sure about GE. Sure-ish. Probably wrong. Yell at me in the comments. So this is the Cook's Guild. You need level 32 cooking to come in here. So I need one more level. Apparently I can start making some iron stuff now. But on the upside, we can sell all these swords and chain bodies here in Varrock. So I'll go off and sell all those. I'll go and mine some iron and try to level that way. I think there was iron right there, wasn't there? Perfect. So with a frog token, we can get a mask, tunic and leggings, blouse and skirt, or a lamp. Is a lamp like a holdable item? I'll go with the lamp. Rub lamp, use lamp. Oh, okay, this isn't equipment then. Rub lamp. Choose the stat you wish to be advanced. Ooh, smithing, obviously. That's literally what we've just got stuck on. That wasn't worth it. I should have got an outfit. I've learned a lesson. I swear mining iron is faster than mining copper and tin, which is really nice. Got a little insane, think I'm going to get 100 or 200 iron as well. All while being stared at by this guy. Punching imps anytime I see them, because hopefully we'll get some of the beads. I can't remember how many we need, but I know you need different colours, and you get magic experience? As I continue being insane, getting more iron, I've realised that the imps as well definitely have had a model change since the last time I saw them. Before, I'm sure they had like human faces. Good time to mention here that yes, past Lathrix did not know that you can actually pick up a full set of Iron Man armour from the Iron Man tutor, and I'm afraid he will not find out for at least another 30 hours. I just want to know how many of you have already yelled at him in the comments. And rightly so. Second event.
Hey, Mr. Lathrix. The teacher wants you to come to school for a test.
Sure, I fancy an exam. Whoa! Yeah, that tracks. This is the typical British classroom experience.
Hi, it's you, Mr. Lathrix.
Oh, it's a different person now. You've been slacking in your studies, so it's time for an exam. There are two types of question. One type requires you to find the next object in a pattern. The second type, I will present you with 15 cards and a hint. Discover 3 cards related to the hint, and select them and confirm. I think I understand that. Pick the object that should come next in the pattern. So fish, 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 so I guess fish. Oh, I am a bloody genius. Pick the object that should come next in the pattern. Fruit, 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 yes. I think that... Is that a pineapple? I think it's a pineapple. It's actually quite hard to tell. Pick the object that should come next in the pattern. Booties, 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 and booties. Well done! You've proven your aptitude for pattern recognition. You'll receive a book once you leave the classroom. It is a book of knowledge to further your education. To exit, use any of the doors in this room. Is that undead? Book of knowledge. Educate yourself. Oh, same as the lamp. I mean, I guess smithing again, really, because smithing's taking so long. Lovely. And level 18, though I am going to get one more load of iron. 401 iron. Let's see just how many bars that make. Apparently it's a 50% chance to give us nothing. Slightly lucky, we have 232 iron bars. I found the last few hours way too relaxing, so a little part of me kind of wants to get to 30-something smithing just so I get a full iron set, which I've made myself. Then I remember, this is all timed, but I also don't really care. Yeah, so I'm back mining. I've decided to get to level 31 smithing so we can make our own iron legs. Then I swear we're doing something else. Eventually, we're also going to have to actually farm our combat level, which I think I'm going to go and kill cows. I remember, cowhide is a big thing for crafting. I don't know if crafting's any good in free-to-play, but at least it's something I can kill and actually get some value out of. Starter quests until combat's needed, then cow massacre. Everything's fine, everything's according to plan. I can now hit for 2. I'm basically a pro. I don't really want to ask other players for help, but what I'm noticing is a lot of them have the same types of armor. For instance, there's like steel boots, and I have seen so many people wearing them. And it's definitely not a blacksmithing thing, because I've checked. So I really need to figure out where that's from. Sold all my own goods, and now we have the adamant pickaxe. Could you kill a pheasant with 3 tails, please? Bring me the raw pheasant when you're done. 3 tails, okay, that'll be you. The freaky forester, now bring me the raw pheasant. It's very important they had 3 tails, even though I'm not gonna eat it, sure. Was that it? That was so quick. And we now have a lederhosen top. Oh yeah, that's style. Level 31 smithing, we can now make our iron leg plates. So with that, let's go and finally actually do some quests. I've got all the beads I think I need for Imp Catcher, but it's killing the imps on the way to the mine, so we'll go and have that in first. The Wizard's Tower, is that what I was thinking of? Yes it is, okay, so I guess I'll just teleport back to Lumbridge, run there, then back to Lumbridge, then I'll do all the quests in the Advisor. So, X marks the spot, Cook's Assistant, Romeo and Juliet, The Restless Ghost, which I'm a bit stronger, and Prince Ali Rescue once again. When I'm a bit stronger, I'm assuming that's a combat requirement? Recommended 10. Now I know what I'm doing. At the moment, I'm just gonna look like this. I don't think the two-handed sword is very good, but you know what, I like how it looks and it makes me happy. The amount of times I've seen this now. Become a member and unlock more equipment to collect. I just wanted to know about her armor, it looks like it's made of wood. Wizard Misgog. Okay, give me a quest. Give me a quest what? Give me a quest, please.
Well, seeing as you asked nicely, I could do with some help. The wizard Grey Zag, oh that's that guy, next door decided he didn't like me, so he enlisted an army of hundreds of imps. These imps stole all sorts of my things. Most of these things I don't really care about, just eggs and balls of string and stuff. But they stole my 4 magical beads. There was a red one, a yellow one, a black one, and a white one. These imps have now spread out. Oh, so it's actually his fault the imps are everywhere. Gotta be honest. Respect. Could you get me beads back for me? Yes. Well, this is a surprising turn of events. What? Well, it just so happens I have all of those beads on me. Are you saying that you stole my beads all this time and I've been blaming these imps? No, not at all. I just found them throughout my travels and presume somebody would need them at some point. I wonder how many other quests have text like that if you just bring them the stuff immediately. Give them here and I'll check that they really are my beads before I give you your reward. You'll like it? It's an amulet of accuracy.
You give the coloured beads to Wizard Mizgog. Apparently they are shiny. There we go! Magic experience. That's what I remember. I did not remember about the Amulet of Accuracy. We also get 1 quest point. Our magic is now level 8. So we can now cast Water Strike, level 1 Enchant, Confuse. Again, I'll probably not be doing any magic this run, so I don't really care too much. It increases my aim. Where? Okay, so what does it actually do? Oh, it increases the attack bonus. Okay, that makes complete sense. Cool. Now, back to Lumbridge. I was reading some of the quests on the way, and I think I'm going to do X marks the spot first, because this is about clue scrolls. We managed to find one of those earlier when mining, and honestly, it was a lot of fun, so I would love to get a second one. At some point, I'll actually have to stop reading all these quests out loud, because I do want to keep this video less than 3 hours long. I'm looking for a quest. Well, now you mention it, I could do with some help. My name is Vios. I'm a treasure hunter from the wondrous kingdom of Great Corund. Across the sea to the far west, it is truly a magnificent place. So what brings you to Lumbridge? I am here on a bit of a hunt, the hunt for treasure. Back in my home of Great Corund, I may have mentioned that before, I came across a scroll. I believe it will lead me to something of great value. Alas, I've hit a bit of a blocker. The scroll has led me here, but as I don't really know the area, I'm not sure what to do next. Maybe you can help me with this. So I'm guessing it's going to just give me a clue scroll, or a special treasure scroll. Take this scroll. It should lead you to the treasure I seek. Once you found it, meet me in my ship. At my ship. It's docked in the northernmost pier in Port Sarim. I have no idea where that is. Anything else I should know? You'll probably want a spade. Okay, I'll go and grab the spade quickly then from my bank, and we'll figure out how this works. Within the town of Lumbridge lives a man named Bob. He walks out of his door and takes 1 step east, 7 steps north, 5 steps west, and 1 step south. Once he arrives, he digs a hole and buries his treasure. So I need to find someone called Bob, first of all. No one there, no one there. Bob! Okay, well that was nice and easy. So what are we doing again? He walks out of his door and takes 1 step east. So let's just start off inside, we'll move from there. 1 step east, so basically leaving the door. Then 7 steps north. 6, 7. 5 steps west, 1 step south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1 step south, which would be, yep, back towards the house. Brilliant! You dig up a treasure scroll. Oh, it was an X. I don't know where that is. To the map. Oh, I immediately know where that is. It's Lumbridge Castle. Somewhere here. There we go. You dig up a mysterious orb. Oh, this is like the other one we had. Okay, so we need to find it. Cold. How about if we go west? Warmer. Okay, this way somewhere. Okay, the next scroll is here. The cipher reveals where to dig next. I'm normally not too bad at these, but I have no idea where to start with this one. So what I normally do is if there's small chunks like this, I try to make sense of the smaller words, but obviously you can just rearrange the letters completely, or you can shift the letters up the alphabet or backwards. So what I'm going to do is grab myself a pen and paper, and I'm going to see if I can make sense of this. Just spent way too long rearranging the letters and couldn't figure out anything. So what we're going to do is grab the middle word and go forwards in the alphabet, then back in the alphabet. I'll go 5 either way, and if that doesn't work, apparently you can go back to the guy who gave us the quest and he'll help out. My dog outside my door apparently doesn't like this idea. So QJH becomes RKI. Nope. SLJ. Nope. TMK. No. UNL. And VOM. VOM? Probably not, but let's keep that one in.
in the back pocket. Let's go in reverse then. So it becomes P, I, and G. Pig. So we know Q is P, so it would be P, E, and N. Pigpen. First word then would be D, R, A. Oh, it's a Z. I really thought that was the number 2 and I was getting this completely wrong. Okay, so it's a Y, then an N, then O, and finally we have our Draenor Pigpen. Draenor Village. Okay, so we need to find the Draenor Pigpen. You dig up an ancient casket. As you do, you hear a faint whispering. You can't make out what it says though. Anyway, this must be the treasure that Vios is after. He is in the northernmost pier in Port Sarim, which I'm going to assume is the port right there next to us. Port Sarim. Okay, let's go hand over this suspicious-looking casket. Can I open the suspicious-looking casket? No. I swear quests from now on I'll be cutting down a lot more and also not reading absolutely everything. Hello there. How's the treasure hunt going? Excellent, I'll take it off your hands now. You give Vios the ancient casket. Brilliant! This is just what I was looking for. Thank you so much for your help. So what is this treasure anyway? Oh, nothing important. Just something that might be of use to me back in Great Corund. If you say so. Anyway, as promised, a reward for you. Thank you for the enriched uranium. 1 quest point, an antique lamp, 200 coins, the ability to receive clue scroll boxes. I have no idea what that means. And a beginner clue scroll box. Okay, so he's off to Great Corund, and apparently we can visit, and he can even take us there. Great. So first of all, what is the lamp? Oh, once again, it's experience. Smithing, please. Thank you. Talk to Charlie the Tramp in Varrock. Do I want to do that right now? No, I'll put that in the bank, and I'll do that once I've done a few more of the basic quests, since I will be going back to Varrock anyway, since I do want to get my full iron set, and potentially even a bit of steel. So the next quest is insanely simple. We're doing the chef's assistant, the cook's assistant. We need milk, flour, and egg, and that's it. So I have a jug to collect some milk, a pot to collect some flour, and if I see some chickens, which I'm fairly certain I did the first time I ran, there we go, there's the egg right there. So thankfully, there's a woman at the bottom which explained how this worked, because for a second, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. There we go. Empty flour bin. Flour, egg, now I need milk, and I can see a dairy cow right there. You need a bucket! I've just been looking at some of the quests while walking around. Looks like we are going to have to do magic after all, because some of them just have magic requirements, like Dragon Slayer, which I think is probably going to be the final quest. It needs 32 quest points, combat level 45, and 33 magic. Way higher requirements than everything else I've seen. There we go. We have milk. I also manifested, I think, a little seat then, which is... don't want to know where that was kept. You've brought me everything I need. I am saved. Thank you. So I get to go to the Duke's party. I'm afraid not only the big cheeses get to dine with the Duke. Well, maybe one day I'll be important enough to sit at the Duke's table. Maybe, but I won't be holding my breath. Okay, you've finished the cook's assistant. 1 quest point and 300 cooking experience. Novice, no requirements. I'm going to do sheep shearer first, because a couple of those other quests are going to take me out of Lumbridge. So it's a really simple quest. Shear the sheep, get 20 wool, and then spin that 20 wool over in the castle. However, there's a thing in the field, and apparently I've just found it. It's 2 penguins pretending to be a sheep. And then spin the wool. For 2 crafting experience each. Did not recognise that logo at all to begin with. That is so little. Oh, right, this is how I used to make bowstrings. I remember picking flax, then making bowstrings, and then selling the bowstrings at the local bank. I couldn't tell you where that was, but there was a field of flax
loads of trees, and I think there were like monks or something in the area. I just remember that being somewhere people told me to go and make money. It was that and kill cows for their hide. I don't know if either of those are still worth it in the slightest, or if people have moved on from such simple things, but I remember that. I've just told Fred that apparently the monster is the 2 penguins disguised as a sheep, and he thinks we're insane. Yep, you better pay me. 150 crafting experience, 60 coins, and 1 quest point. Now we're level 3 crafting, which means if I was a member, I can make a cup or a pheasant clothing. Looks like a hat, I think. Wow, crafting is a very member-heavy thing. So what can we actually do? Wow, like almost nothing in spinning. Can make a little bit of pottery. Yeah, don't think I'll be doing much crafting. It's technically free to play, but by the looks of things, not majorly. What we could do is level up our combat so we can do the Restless Ghost, because that's a Lumbridge quest. I'm going to do that one, because I'd actually like to do a little bit of combat. So I'm going to drop all these balls of wool, and we're going to level up our combat, killing cows. I'm going to get loads of meat from that, so I can level up my cooking, and I'm going to collect all the cow hides, so if I do want to do crafting or something else later, at least I have them in my inventory. So I guess I'll just kill the cows there, then run to the castle. That's probably the easiest. Yeah, that looks like it. So last night, after recording everything else, I decided to go back to mining and blacksmithing, and it turns out my recording software wasn't on. So a few hours later, we have a full iron set, we have the steel mace. I would like a bit better, but oh well, this'll do for now. And we have 2 clues. We have the clue beginner, and we have a scroll box. So we'll get to those after we level up and do the ghost quest. Back to Lumbridge for the actual plan of killing cows and collecting everything from them. So here's my thinking. Kill cows, completely get an inventory full of cowhide and beef, go back to Lumbridge, cook the beef, and then put it all in the bank, come back, do it over and over again until we have level 10 attack, strength, and defense. Already missing my 2-handed sword, but the extra speed is so much better feeling, which is a real shame. I was also looking at crafting, and we can make golden necklaces really low level, like at level 6. We can already mine gold, and we're not too far off smithing gold, so maybe that'll be our moneymaker later on, when I figure out where gold is even on the map. Once again, the Freaky Forest is here, and we're gonna hopefully get another piece of the outfit. We do! We have the Lederhosen hat. Ooh. I like the Lederhosen hat. Now I'm a proper fashionista. Really not much to say, just killing cows, collecting their corpses, and running off with them into the sunset. Wish I knew this earlier, but apparently we can actually get shared experience in all of our stats by using this move here, Spike. I really can't think of a game better than RuneScape at just drip-feeding little bonuses constantly, little rewards all the time. You get a full inventory, feels good. You get constant little level-ups, feels great. You're constantly seeing everything increase, everything you're doing is slightly faster, all whilst the gameplay is fairly simple and monotonous. I have it on my second screen while I'm editing at the moment. It is an incredibly zen experience, and all I'm doing is killing cows. And I am having a fantastic time doing it. You have a sneaking suspicion that you would have received a beginner scroll box. So, 2 things learnt right there. First of all, killing enemies can also give you the scroll boxes. Secondly, if you don't complete them, you can't get more of them, so you can't hoard them. Okay, 109 cowhides, quite a lot of meat. We've got to level 10 attack, 14 strength, 10 defense, 5 prayer, and 15 cooking. I can start this quest by talking to Father Irek in the chapel in Lumbridge. The problem is, there is a ghost in the church graveyard. I would like you to get rid of it. If you need any help, my friend, Father Herney, is an expert on ghosts. I believe he's currently living as a hermit in Lumbridge Swamp. He has a little shack to the far west of the swamps. Exit the graveyard through the south gate to reach the swamp. I'm sure if you told him that I sent you, he'd be willing to help. My name is Father Eric, by the way. Pleased to meet you. Okay, nice and simple. Go and find the hermit and get rid of the ghost. I don't see a ghost, but I assume you're telling me the truth. I'm guessing this is why we needed the combat level. There's level 10s and level 6s everywhere. And also giant frogs. I wonder what these things drop. I'm gonna kill one of each. So the giant rat, big frog, and giant frog. I just realised I forgot to bring any food with me. I'm going back to the castle and grabbing food because this is a combat quest apparently. I don't want to randomly die because I have no healing. So we get raw rat meat and bones from the giant rats, and we get big bones from the giant frogs. Oh, which give 3 times the amount of prayer. In fact, more than 3 times. The gods like frogs more than cows. I don't actually know how good prayer is, though. I'm looking at some of the bonuses. Some of the late game ones look okay. 15% extra strength and everything. But I don't know how good some of the more ambiguous ones are. Protection from magical attacks. Like complete protection? Or is it a matter of just a percentage damage reduction? I haven't got a clue. Not even gonna look what that is. I'm guessing that's you, Father O'Herney. O'Herney. Bob. Go away! I'm meditating! Well, that's friendly. I'm just gonna go straight away with Father RX sent me to talk to you. I've come to repossess your house. I suppose I better talk to you then. What problems has he got himself into this time? He has a ghost. Oh, the silly fool. I leave town for just 5 months, and already he can't manage. Well, I can't go back and exercise it. I vowed not to leave this place until I had done a full 2 years of prayer and meditation. Tell you what, though. Take this amulet. The Ghost Speak amulet. It is an amulet of Ghost Speak. So cool because when you wear it, you can speak to ghosts. A lot of ghosts are doomed to be ghosts because they have left some important task uncompleted. Okay, so just go back and talk to the ghost. Got it. Count check gave me a lamp, which I'm instantly going to put into smithing, so I want to continue to level up smithing later. And I still haven't found the ghost. I am a genius. It is terrifying how genius I am. Hello, ghost. How are you?
Not very good, actually. Did you just understand what I said?
Yep, now, tell me what the problem is.
Wow, this is indeed incredible!
Okay, I can understand you, but why have you been doomed?
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure. A warlock has come along and stolen my skull. If you look inside my coffin, there you'll find my corpse without a head on it, and yep, there is no skull on your coffin.
Do you know where this warlock might be now?
I think it is one of the warlocks who lives in the big tower by the sea southwest from here.
I'll try and get the skull back, then you can rest in peace. Okay, so that's going to be the actual combat element then, because I need to go and kill a warlock. Oh no. No. Turns out wizards are very powerful. Well, I'm just going to sit here and heal up, and then I'm going to try and find the warlock, or the skull, what I'm actually looking for exactly. Man, that wizard was destroying me. Does iron armor not help with magic? Oh, it makes you weaker versus magic. I knew there was something. I remember seeing it earlier. Of course, then I immediately forgot and almost got myself killed, but still, good to know. Don't wear iron armor when you're versus a mage. I should probably take it off now then, if I'm going to be fighting a warlock. How about the shield? Yep, just keep my mace and nothing else. Can't see any skulls yet. It's going to be in the bottom, isn't it? I just spent the last few minutes looking at every bookcase, looking in the drawers and everything else, and the skull's right there, isn't it? Look on the altar. So I'm going to wait until I passively heal back to full. Then I'm going to go and fight and hopefully kill the warlock, or whatever else I'm going to have to kill. Because I guarantee as soon as I grab that skull, that skeleton is going to attack me. I am calling it. That skeleton is going to try and kill me, which means I can go with my armor. There it is, the ghost skull. And I am a genius. It is scary how much of a genius I am. Ignore me rifling through drawers for the last 5 minutes. Down goes the skeleton. we have the ghost skull, inspect. It's the skull of the ghost that is haunting Lumbridge Graveyard. Maybe I should return this back to the ghost coffin, and I'm going to take that chance to use my Lumbridge home teleport, and we can finish off the quest, I assume. Open the coffin, use the skull with the coffin, and we get a cutscene. Please, thank you, stranger. Or release, thank you, stranger. Where all ghosts go, into the ocean. We get 1 quest point, we get to keep the Ghost Speak amulet, maybe need that for a quest in the future, and we get a lovely chunk of prayer experience. Fantastic. Okay, so don't judge me, but I got distracted and I had the itch to kill more cows. And now, once again, we get to do a school test. I think I got the experience book last time, so sure. By the way, I love these little mini-events. Once again, I'm a genius. I can now cook trout. What I'm noticing is a lot of high-level cooking is fishing, so I'm definitely going to have to do fishing later on. That's at least one thing I actually know how to do, because I remember catching and cooking lobsters all those many, many years ago. With like a lobster cage, and before that you get the fishing rod, and before that you get the small and large net. Talk to Charlie the Tramp in Varrock. There are too many people in this town. Oh, but there's our one, Charlie the Tramp, just near the southern entrance. Please, sir, can you help me? What can I do for you? I need a cooked trout. That's literally what I was just looking at. Where do you get a trout from? Am I gonna have to level up fishing? What level is trout? Not you. First of all, guppy. Okay, loads of these things. I have no idea what those are. Let's just ignore that. Big net is members only. Did not think that was the case. And we have trout for fly fishing and feathers, and it's level 20. Well, I did want to get my cooking up so I can enter the cooking guild, so I'll just pretend this was the goal the whole time. Okay, so there's a fishing shop in Port Sarim, and then I checked out fishing spots, and there's loads in the starter areas. But then there's also one just to the west of Varrock, which is really nice. I like staying up here if possible. No, we'll go back to Lumbridge. We'll do that one first. Actually, we have the cooldown at the moment, so I'm going to check out the other spots and try and figure out what I meant to do. There we are. I've got the small fishing net, and I'll bring with me the bronze axe and tinderbox, so I can also just cook fish if they're close to any form of timber. Now I see raw trout on the floor, so this is where we're going to get the trout from in the end. You can lure and bait. I think that's the 2 fishing rod types. Level 25 and 20, but I can't use the net here. So you can sell trout to this guy, but I'm fairly certain I can't buy it because I'm an Iron Man. It's all weird. I tried to buy some stuff earlier and it messed up. So this is the perfect spot in Draenor, or at least the best one I've found, and I did not remember fishing taking this long. Yeah, I'm going to skip ahead several hours so you're not tortured by this. This is my life now, for a very long time, thanks to Charlie the Tramp. I think I found my least favourite thing in the game. I really don't enjoy this. Now, I think it's because I'm doing this for a video and I'm focusing way too much. If I made this go on my second monitor and I started watching something actively while doing this, I'll be having a lot more fun. Which is probably what I'm going to do. I'll be back in an hour or two when I'm level 20 fishing and we can get ourselves some trout. Okay, so that's clearly the lid. Body. Oh, this one's got a little door. Okay, so body, entrance, legs, confirm. That's perfect. I'll get some bees moved in immediately. Now, I'm sure I must have something to offer you for all of your help. What do we get in return? We get the beekeeper's gloves and a lamp. Brilliant. You have completed Charlie's task. Go back to him and give him the trout. You give Charlie the trout and you get a new clue. Oh, okay, it's that one again, so you can get repeats. I was wondering if they were always going to be unique or you could get the same ones over and over again. In that case, I'm really glad I've leveled up my fishing, because it means if I ever get Charlie the Tramp again, I can immediately just give him one of these trouts. Okay, so it's not in the same spot as last time, though apparently it is very close. Oh, there we go, and finally we have the casket, which gives us another Staff of Earth and a Mind Rune. Well, some Mind Runes. I'm really hoping it's not always a Staff of Earth for the beginner clue scrolls. So the next clue is Panic at Alcarid Mine. Now, I do actually know where that is. It's just east of Lumbridge. And I'm going to assume this is the Alcarid Mine. It's not actually called that, but it's a mine next to Alcarid, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So I had to uncook the fish. Now we give the raw fish to Evil Bob. By the way, I don't know why I trusted someone called Evil Bob. He falls asleep. I enter the portal. Probably should have tried to rescue the servant, but I didn't. And that's it. And apparently I've become better at fishing. Now, back to killing goblins to get the 10 gold pieces to go through the gates. I know you can drop gold. You did it for me earlier. Do I need to talk to you? There's gold here, so at least I found that. Nope, that's members only. Some decently high-level scorpions. I need to be a little bit careful. Thankfully, there are many people in similar-looking armor simply destroying them, so that's fine by me. Silver, iron, mithril. Coal, adamant. Nothing I can interact with? Ooh, let's move out. I mean, technically I'm panicking. So what do I do then? So look around the outside. Nope, another member thing. Apparently if you T-pose enough, you can go down here. Oh! Emotes! T-posing! That's what's got me there. Okay, so if I... Is there a panic emote? Spin, headbang, cry, I've just remembered about dancing. Panic. Which summons a pink-robed man. Hello, Yuri. Didn't expect that. And that is why I'm glad I leveled up fishing. Go back to Charlie the Tramp. So apparently you can ask for a different fish. A raw herring. Hello, Charlie, O giver of rewards. Here's your herring, I get the casket. This time we get the Staff of Fire. I'm seeing a theme here. Now, we can go and do a quest, and we're going to do Rune Mysteries, which is in Lumbridge. The Duke of Lumbridge Castle wants me to take an artifact and take it to the Wizard Tower, an Archmage Cedridor. Okay, that was a lot of text. I'm probably just going to skip that entire thing. After a long discussion to prove that Cedridor was in fact Cedridor, it turns out the talisman is the key to finding the long-lost Essence Mine, which can be used for rune crafting, which is completely expected since I think this is the quest which unlocks rune crafting. And now we need to go to the rune shop in the southeast of Varrock, which I have run past many times, so for once, I actually know exactly where I'm going. With the package we just delivered, the fellow with the fancy cape thinks he can learn the incantation to send us to the long-lost Essence Mines. But first I have to go back to the Wizard Tower again. Okay, so we need the air talisman to craft air runes. That's how we do rune crafting. And that's it, there we go. We have one quest point, the air talisman we get to keep, and access to the Essence Mine, which I think he said I can just talk to him. Yep, straight away, can you teleport me to the Essence Mine? Let's have a quick look-see then. I don't whoa. That is not what I expected. I expected it to be all colourful and magical. I didn't expect Tim Burton. Kinda love it though. Love the vibe here, love the solitude. So, okay, so each of these pillars is what you mine. I was trying to look for what to interact with. Interesting. So I don't think I'll be doing any rune crafting, because I just don't really have the time for it, but I do love the idea of it. So maybe I'll do a little bit later just to see how it works. Pulls towards the northwest. Okay, so we can find the location of where you need to be to do rune crafting. To craft runes and level your rune crafting skill, we first need the essence and the rune to locate the runic altar. Okay, by the way, these little overview screens are brilliant. And I am certain they were not there the last time I played, like the first time. Well, this is incredibly relaxing. Only 5 experience each, but you click it and you just go to town mining. I'm guessing it's those ruins. That's not northwest, that's just west. You know what? Is this the correct thing? I can't interact with it. Mysterious ruins. There's a powerful presence about these ruins. Do I use the talisman on the mysterious ruins? Ooh. Where are we? There we go, we've made our first ever runes, 27 air runes, got to level 2 rune crafting, so now if we ever find the mind talisman, we can make mind runes. Cool. Now, what I've decided to do next is I'm going to be leveling up my combat, because I would love to do the Vampire Slayer quest. That's been here recommended for ages, and I've never been high enough combat, so I'm going to go and kill the giant frogs, because that way, we can get some prayer experience as well. Or I could go back to killing the cows again. Are there any nearby? Quizmaster! It's your lucky day! You've got a chance to win big prizes in my quiz show. Would you like to play? Of course I would. Answer 4 questions. Okay. Welcome to the... I didn't have a chance to read any of that. Sure. Pick the odd one out. Fish, fish, shield. Absolutely right. Pick the other one out. Fish, weapon, weapon. Is it just going to be this over and over again? Okay, so... Oh, necklace. Ring, weapon. Could not figure out what the first one was then. Necklace, shield, helmet. Oh, armor. I mean, technically isn't that armor as well, but I'm guessing they want the necklace. You are a winner. Please choose your prize. 1,000 coins or the mystery box. I actually do really need gold at the moment, but you know what? The mystery box! Cabbage. Yep, so this is my life for the next hour or two. We found ourselves a scroll box. So it turns out cows can drop these as well. The anagram reveals who to speak to next. Char Game Disorder. Char. Hark. Rat. Arch. Oh, I know who this is because we were literally just talking to him. Archmage. Actually, I don't know if that's him because I can't remember his last name. Be right back, I'm going to check the footage and check that guy's name, but I think we need to go back to the Wizard's Tower, which is good because I think I'm going to go against the frogs anyway, because as much as I do want more crafting and cooking experience, I'm realising that maybe prayer would be more important. Archmage Cedridor. Well done! You found the new clue. Clap at Bob's brilliant axes, equip a bronze axe and leather boots. Bob's brilliant axes. Small issue. I don't know where Bob's brilliant axes are. I'm assuming there's going to be axe shops. Axe shops. There's 2. There's one here and all the way back in Lumbridge. I'll go to the one in Port Sarim first. Okay, we're in the axe shop. The guy's called Brian, though, so I don't think I'm correct here. We clap. It does nothing. We go to Lumbridge. Okay. We clap. Yuri appears again. This is the second time. I am the Eggman. Are you one of the Eggmen? You've been given a casket. Thanks, Yuri. Ooh, a blue wizard robe and leather vambraces. I'll be making those soon myself, but the wizard robe's neat. I don't really want to make this claim without evidence because I don't really know what I'm looking for, but is there a botting problem in RuneScape? Every single world is absolutely filled with the exact same looking characters. They all have a full steel set, a steel scimitar, and that's it. And they're all just killing these frogs. Which makes it very difficult for me to farm here at all. And to be fair, by the looks of things, maybe I'm a little bit too low level, a little bit under-geared. So, I think I'll go and do something else anyway. So I've been looking around for a different mine to use, because every other place is being absolutely swarmed at the moment, so is the frog area, so I'm just trying to do something where it's not too busy. And I think I've found where I'm going to stay. This is the Falador mine, which is next to the Mining Guild, which I've just found out is free to play, and there's no one here. I'm assuming because of the Scorpions. It's a little bit more difficult to AFK here, but it's easy enough to get them trapped like this. The one just south of Rock, there was a thief there, which I had to do this every time anyway, so it's just basically going back to that. It has coal, it has gold, which I really want, because later on I'm going to try and make some jewellery, and it has loads of iron. So, yeah, this is quiet. I might just do this for a few hours. The Mining Guild is level 60 mining. I'm going back to the rock mines for now, just because how annoying the Scorpions were getting. I've got like a couple of hundred iron already, but it was just getting so irritating. So I have looked something up, and I looked up when do enemies stop being aggressive to you, and it's when you're double their level. So we've got the next clue scroll randomly, I-Cord. Also feel pretty dumb, I am 99% certain that the clue scroll is taking me to Doric, the dwarf, the one I did the quest for not too long ago. I'm constantly finding what I consider end goals. So there's rune weapons and rune armor, but then there's this, the Baronite Mace, which requires Below Ice Mountain. I also keep finding fish from Below Ice Mountain, at least one ore vein, so I feel like that's going to be a big part of the final goals. Cooking Guild, potentially Mining Guild, Below Ice Mountain, and getting everything from there, because it looks like it unlocks a whole new area, and so many other things. So, this is a new spot, the desert here, and I've just noticed there's actually 3 iron in the mine over there. I really should just level up my combat so I can go in these places without being attacked. So, Rain Cove. Give me like 10 minutes of just changing this around. 8 minutes later, because I can see it on the recording, Veronica is what I've got. Which is a really generic name, and I genuinely have no idea of someone called Veronica. I'll go back through Varrock to get back to the mining place, but until I get another clue scroll box, I won't go looking for this person. I'll just keep on the lookout while doing things. But yeah, Veronica. Let's open up this casket. We get some sardines and a longbow. Well, the others are pretty good. Doric, obviously. Just Guildmaster. Veronica! I knew it! So, in my head, just before I put the clue away, I thought to myself, it's going to be an important name, so one of the vendors, or potentially one of the quest givers, because Doric was one of the other names. Veronica, south of Draenor Manor. Interestingly, I've got another clue. And it's a nice easy one, just go back to Bob's Brilliant Axes. So these can be 3 long, apparently. All of the others I've had have been 2 long, so I expected the casket then. So we just got sardines that time, sadly. The first 3 were really good, the latter 2 were kinda terrible. I then went on a 7-day holiday, and during this time continued to play the game in the background on my mobile and racked up another 10 hours of gameplay. Just back from vacation, so in the last 10 or so hours, I've managed to get to level 57 mining, which is now by far my highest stat. I got 4,000 iron ore, a little bit of some of the other stuff, loads of gems, and I completed 9 of the beginner clue scrolls. 2 of which I had to annoyingly throw away, because they were both anagrams and I had no idea where the people were. One of which was Taunt Roof, and the other was Anne Earl. No idea what these actually made. One of them came to Fortune, but not quite, and the other one, I think, was a name I'm not familiar with. I looked around for like an hour and I couldn't see anyone with similar names, so at some point I'll find them and then kick myself. The current clue scroll requires me to go and talk to Charlie, but this time he wants some leather chaps. So I'm going to go out and get to level 18 crafting. So my goal today is to get to 60 mining, so we can go to the Mining Guild, at least 40 smithing, so I can smelt gold, which I think will be my moneymaker based on all the jewellery stuff around, and try and get our crafting up so we can complete the last one of those. But first, I'm going to open up these 9 caskets because I've been dying to do that for the entire last week. And before I forget, I did also finish a quest because I wasn't really thinking, I just went ahead and I completed Romeo and Juliet, which to be fair was just running around Varrock with a very, very stupid Romeo. I still have no idea what's in these. I've so far looked up nothing else except for the very few things I've mentioned, so let's hope we get some more armor or something else. So we get the water staff, okay, another staff is brilliant. Fire runes, not exactly as interesting. A short bow. Leather chaps, we don't have to bother with the crafting, brilliant. Air runes. A steel longsword, now that I'm actually really happy to see, although I'll be making them really soon. Looks like this is kind of the cap. We get an earth staff, which we already have, and steel leg plates, and we get some cabbages. Not all that interesting. Well, let's go and finish off this last scroll and do the final reward. And lastly, we get a leather cowl. Yep, now that is fashion. So I feel like there must be some rare options, or at least some more higher end stuff. After all, we did get this weapon from one of the caskets, and that's above steel. Okay, in that case, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my 4,000 iron, I'm going to smelt it, see how many iron bars we get, and let's see where our smithing ends up before we decide on what to do next. So we should probably run over to Edgeville, or we could run over to down here, because I think there was the tannery. And this also has a bank right next to the furnace. Yeah, let's go and do crafting anyway, since we have the cow hides to do it, because there's a good chance we'll get above 40 smithing and we can start making some gold stuff. I think there's a crafting shop down there as well. I'll check while I'm running. The map is my best friend. There it is. Now, I want to start making the jewelry as soon as possible, because I'm still using an adamant pickaxe, and we could buy a rune pickaxe. I think it was 40,000 from the shop, so as soon as we can start making something worth more than like 50 gold per piece, that's going to be really helpful. And then I can make myself full steel. Let's have a quick look-see at crafting then. So what we want is the armor, and it explains how to do that down here. We take it to the tannery, and then we go to a crafting shop. In fact, it even says Alcarid to buy a needle so we can turn it into armor. That's all well and good. But then what we really want is 40 smithing to make gold bars and at least level 6 crafting, which is really low. And then we can start making gold necklaces. But then I also have jewelry, so we can start cutting sapphires for sapphire rings and everything else, because you get loads of those by just mining. Okay, so crafting leather armor is fairly simple. Once you have the leather, it's just use the needle on the leather and make it, as long as you have the thread. So we're definitely getting level 6. That's all that matters. Let's see how far we can get. Aha, okay, this will be the first bit of jewelry we're making. We're making the holy symbols, which is the first thing we can make out of silver, which is technically higher level than the gold stuff, but I can also make a tiara eventually. Well, that would be fabulous, but for now, let's make the holy symbols. How much crafting do I get for this? 50. That's a good chunk. How do you string it up then? Okay, we need a ball of wool to wear the amulet, or I'm guessing the holy symbol as well. Lovely. So what level can I make jewelry from the sapphires? At level 20, so already I can make sapphire rings. At 22, I can make sapphire necklaces. Brilliant. So, I'll just finish off this last bit of leather, and then probably like 2 hours of smelting iron. And the reason I've gone with iron and not coal and iron is because the only few coal veins available are so fought over. I could only get 100 and I just lost my mind. I can't mine it very quickly without the rune pickaxe anyway, and everyone seems to be trying to mine coal. I'm also hoping once we have level 60 mining and we can go to the mining guild plus the rune pickaxe, we should be able to get coal a lot easier. I think I saw loads of coal veins in there. So, I've been staring here for the last 5 minutes, because I've just found out something I wish I found out, I don't know, 25 hours ago? It turns out if you're an Iron Man, you're entitled to a full set of armor, which I think is at least as good as iron based on the defense bonuses, though I'll have to check in a second. And you just have to talk to the Iron Man tutor. I just came here briefly, because I wanted to check how long it would take for me to remove my Iron Man, because I completely forgot, and it turns out it's 7 days. Because I had the thought, wouldn't it be a fun twist at the end of the run, maybe I'll turn off Iron Man in order to quickly check out the auction house, and then have a full experience. maybe for the last hour or two. But no. There's this armor, which I have been seeing absolutely everywhere. This and the silver variant, which now I assume is the regular Iron Man, and I could have had it from the very start. Now, to be fair, if I had done that, I'd have never gone down the smithing guide or the mining guide and going down all of that route. So, in a way, and this is a lot of cope, I'm really happy I didn't grab the really good armor for free at the start of the game. Anyway, I'm gonna go and collect some wool and then go to Varrock because I want to smelt and blacksmith all that iron, so I'll be back in a few hours as I slowly go and get myself some rum. Oh, I'm an idiot. I've just found out where one of the clue scrolls was. There we are. Fortunato. I knew it made fortune, well, almost fortune, but I couldn't figure out the rest. So this is Taunt Roof. Fortunato. The 4,000 iron ore became 1,990 iron bars, which took way longer than I expected. Looking at the minigames in the teleport option and a lot of other stuff, I'm almost certain there are so many other ways to do smelting faster, because that took almost 4 hours. Now, to be fair, it was on my second monitor, so maybe I could have been a little bit faster there, but even so. All of the iron bars used up, I have a full steel set in the bank, and 116,000 gold. I now have 49 smithing, which is a bit lower than I expected. I expected to at least get into the mithril tier, but apparently not. I think I'm probably going to end smithing by making myself a mithril weapon like the longsword or the scimitar, but then that's going to be it, because we just simply don't have enough time to get much further in these 100 hours. I'm really hoping that smithing is faster in members, because in free-to-play, it's my favourite skill so far, but so slow, especially compared to mining, I don't think I can take it much further. Now, once I grab the rune pickaxe, what I want to do is an hour or two of mining gold, to see if that's worth it for gold making. Because if I'm going to have to buy the adamant and potentially rune stuff later, although I haven't seen rune, I'm hoping we can buy that from somewhere, I'm going to need the gold. Well, for once I'm pretty happy of having such a bad memory, the rune pickaxe is cheaper than I remember it being. Only 32,000. So I'm going to have to do a lot of server transferring because there's only 2 gold here and 2 gold in the desert mine. I can't find gold anywhere else. On the upside, I don't find many people really doing this for gold, so I think I'm going to be pretty competition free. That didn't take anywhere near as long as I expected, so we have a full set of gold here. It looks like you get 22.5 experience per smelt. So 55 crafting experience per sapphire necklace. We thankfully had a load of sapphires for mining all the iron. And then for the regular gold, these are worth 20. That is very little. So 27 for emeralds, 34 for rubies. I've got a lot of rubies and a lot of emeralds as well. We should get to those levels once we get enough gold to level up a couple of times, because wow, are we going to mine a lot of gold. Now let's see how much these are worth, and then decide if I'm actually going to bother with this, or finally do the quests. Okay, so sapphire necklaces are worth 693, but most importantly, the gold is 315, so per gold ore, 315 coins. So much more than iron. Well, guess we're staying in Faldor. Okay, so I went a little bit overboard. It is many hours later. We now have level 60 mining. I have 850 gold necklaces, 1 sapphire necklace, 7 ruby rings, and 8 emerald necklaces. So I'm going to sell all these. We're going to have a quick look at the mining guild to see if any of this was even worth it. Then we're going to finally do some quests in my full steel armor. But first of all, I just wanted to see how bad it is to sell 10 necklaces at a time. Also, that's too many. Someone's already been here. I'll have to swap servers first, but you have no sapphire necklaces, so there we go. In fact, we can test with the emerald. What I've been doing is selling 10 at a time, then jumping, and I'm starting to think maybe that's too many. Maybe I should go with 5 instead. But since the emerald necklaces are worth so much and I'll be jumping so much anyway, I'm just going to sell 1 of these each per server and see if it's still worth selling 10, because the one issue I'm having is every so many times I try to jump from server to server, the game crashes. I don't know what's causing it, but it's like every maybe 15 jumps, the game just completely freezes up and it is a nightmare to get working again. You sell 1 necklace, it's 315. You sell 5, it goes down to 270. You sell 10, it goes down to 225. And it still goes down after that if they have more than 10 in stock. So, realistically, I'm not going to sell any more than 10 per time. I was tempted by 5, but the amount of server hopping would just fry my sanity and it would take way too long. I don't even know how much gold I really need for these 100 hours. I'm hoping this will kind of be it. So, we'll just sell in 10s, we'll sell 1 ring and 1 emerald necklace per time, and we'll see how much we get. Everyone is selling to this one vendor, and no matter how much I go from realm to realm, there's already too many gold necklaces. It's really, really slow. So I think I might need to do is wait until the servers are a bit quieter tonight, and then try again, or just always bring the gold necklaces with me whenever I'm running past this area and just hope for the best. So I'll sell them throughout the 100 hours. Also, I did go to a general store. They buy them for only 180 each, making it so much less. Well, welcome to the most disappointing moment in RuneScape for me. I finally got to 60 mining. We have the mining guild unlocked, something which is free to play, except half of it is locked behind members only, which is fine. I just really wish I knew that ahead of time. I might not have farmed all the way to level 60. The main reason I wanted to be here, more than the coal and the mithril, was that there's a banking deposit box right there. Now, we do have a better access, at least. Yeah, this is closer to the bank than over there, which is nice. And there's no scorpions, which is pretty good as well. If I want to end up making some mithril, we have loads of mithril, loads of coal. But that's kind of all the mining guild is offering us. These guys as well, all they do is sell pickaxes and ore. And that's it. But look, the first guild I've got access to. So that's one of the goals of this run anyway. Now let's go and do a quest. I'm thinking I'm going to do Vampire Slayer, since I actually want to do some combat. I can start this quest by speaking to Morgan at his home in Draenor, where I just was, in Draenor Village. Sadly, due to a hard drive failure, I ended up losing the next hour of footage, which did include the Vampire Slayer quest, which thankfully was fairly simple. It was just getting some garlic, getting a steak, going underground, and killing a level 15 or so vampire. So all of that done, I managed to get some mithril armor from around the map, and then on to the next quest, which is the Black Knight's Fortress. We can also do the Knight's Fortress. Now we have enough quest points. Knight's Fortress or Below Ice Mountain. Let's do the Knight's Fortress first, because that's very short, and it's on the way anyway, because the White Knight's Castle's in Falador. I'm assuming it's go over here, kill some knights, come back. So let's go and do that one first. Plus, my thinking is a Knight's Quest is more likely to give us weapons and armor and some other cool stuff. Below Ice Mountain seems like it's more of an unlocking an area thing, but at the moment I would like to know where my endgame weapons are going to come from. Because I would like a rune weapon, which is level 40, and I think that's the best for free to play. Before it goes to... yeah, rune weapons, that's all members only. No, it isn't. Baronite Mace. Below Ice Mountain. Oh, well that does prove me completely wrong straight away. What on earth is Below Ice Mountain? Are any of you the quest giver? I am the leader of the White Knights of Falador. Why do you seek my audience? I seek a quest. Well, I need some spy work doing, but it's quite dangerous. It will involve going into the Black Knight's Fortress. I laugh in the face of danger. Well, that's good. Don't get too overconfident, though. You've come along in just the right time, actually. All of my knights are already known by the Black Knights. So what do you need doing? Well, the Black Knights have started making strange threats to us, demanding large amounts of money and land, and are threatening to invade Falador if we don't pay them. Now, normally, this wouldn't be a problem, but they claim to have a powerful new secret weapon. Your mission, should you decide to accept it, is to infiltrate their fortress, find out what their secret weapon is, and then sabotage it.
If we read the dossier, infiltrate fortress, sabotage, secret weapon, self-destruct in 3, 2, 1. I mean, that was pretty impressive considering the limited technology of RuneScape.
Hey, you can't come in here. This highly secure military installation.
Yes, but I work here.
I might be new here, but I can tell that's not true. You're not even wearing proper uniform.
So what is this uniform?
Well, you can see me wearing it.
It's an iron chain body and a medium bronze helm. I definitely have an iron chain body in the bank. I don't think I have a medium bronze helm, though there is the helmet shop just there. So, go to the bank, grab the mail, grab the helmet, come back. Yeah, I definitely should have been playing with the roofs on from time to time. I only turned them off when I first started playing, because I don't think I'd ever played with them on before. I just saw like this. And it looks like they turn off when you're close enough anyway. I've just walked back to the Black Knight's fortress, and I quickly stopped off at the monastery, and I've got a feeling like that's where you can bless your holy symbols that you can wear around your neck. I've got like 20 of them made of silver, and although I couldn't access the altar because I don't have level 31 prayer, I think that's it. Also, might not be called a guild, but it's got a requirement of a skill, so I'm counting that as a guild, the monastery. Now can I enter? Cool. Upstairs had nothing, but we do have this secret section here, so let's go down first. Which I could do if I was a member. Upstairs? Nothing yet. And we're all the way at the very top. Well, almost the very top. Are you going to be hostile even now I'm inside? Yes, apparently you guys know I'm not the right kind of person, but the guards don't. What is the point of the guards?
Sick plays, mate.
Am I going to have to run through the knights anyway? In which case, I'm glad I'm a bit higher level than the recommended. Another knight. All the usual stuff. And to that door. Let's look upstairs first. Nothing. Pray to the altar. The Chaos Altar. No, 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 no. Is that okay? Chaos Altar okay? Chaos Altar not bad? So once again, that. Run. That came for 4s. Good to know. What am I meant to do? Oh. Listen at Grill. Okay, that'll be it. So, how's the secret weapon coming along?
The invincibility potion is almost ready. It's taken me 5 years, but it's almost ready. Greldo the Goblin here is just going to fetch the last ingredient for me. It's a specially grown cabbage, grown by my cousin Helda, who lives in Draenor Manor. The soil there is slightly magical, and it gives the cabbage slight magical properties, not to mention the trees. Now remember, Greldo, only a Draenor Manor cabbage will do. Don't get lazy and bring any other cabbage. That would entirely wreck the potion. Looks at camera.
So I need to bring a cabbage and put it in the cauldron. So we need to escape now and go get ourselves a cabbage, plus, look there. There's a suspiciously placed gap in the floor, which I think is directly above the cauldron. Through the wall, and then we... Oh my god, I'm so glad I brought extra cabbages. We'll use the cabbage on here. Always nice having a cinematic, the high production value. It's a very slow falling cabbage. They're special.
Where has Greldo got to with my magic cabbage?
What's that noise?
Hopefully Greldo with the cabbage. Yes, look here. No!
Yep, the slowest falling cabbage in all of RuneScape. And would that be it? Even the cat's worried. I really expected an explosion, I've got to be honest. Looks like my work here is done. Seems like that's successfully sabotaged their little secret weapon plan. We've spoken again to the knight. He's giving us 2,500 coins, and that's it. I was really hoping for experience again, which is so much better than just coins, but at least we got 3 more quest points. So now we can either do Below Ice Mountain, or we could do some of the very short quests. Like Ernest the Chicken, Goblin Diplomacy. This one was made in 2026, but that's just regular short. Short. Very short Pirate's Treasure. And I think Witch's Potion was also very short. I feel like we could just get those quickly done. And don't worry, I won't have to voice act all of them, because I imagine a lot of these are just running around. We're going to do Goblin Diplomacy, because it's right here, which is just where we were a second ago. Also, there's some more mysterious ruins in the background. I saw it all going towards the Dark Knight's Fortress. And I'm really tempted to do a bit of rune crafting, so I'm almost certain that this one, based on the colour, is Mind Runes or Fire Runes. And if it's Mind Runes, it's nice to know where it is, because I do have the Talisman. And eventually I am going to have to level up magic, so maybe it'd be fun to do that, to make our own runes. At level 11, I think, or level something, you get multiple runes. 11 for air, 14 for mind. So if we get an air staff, that's all we need for the basic spell. Anyway, the quest location is in here, and I'm guessing I'm talking to the 2 we can actually talk to. Okay, to save a lot of text here, the goblins are fighting over the colour of their armour. Some like it red, some like it green, they keep killing each other, and I have to go and make orange armour. Apparently, I can find goblin armour in the village we're currently at, and dye from the witch in Draenor. So, the crates around here, he said. Is that not a crate? No, it's a barrel. Those are chests. Where are the crates? Ah, very sneaky. Crate behind the building. There we go. So now to go to Draenor, I'll drop off my armour on the bank on the way. Yep, we need to bring the ingredients. So we wanted orange, right? Orange, yep. Oh, even actually say so by name if I read that. So, you make dyes for me, please, if you have the ingredients. You don't have orange. Oh, but you do have red and yellow, and going by my primary school teaching, I think we can mix the two. So what do we need? For red, we need red berries. Oh, I know where those are, because of Romeo and Juliet. There were the 2 types of berries right next to each other outside of Varrock. Should have picked some red berries, but I didn't. And then we're also going to need yellow dye. 2 onions. For a second I thought I was going to say cheese, because cheese is there in the background. I had to swap realms a few times, because apparently red berries are in high demand. I also wonder if you can get these anywhere else. We have the cadaver bushes and the red berries. Cadaver. Oh, cadaver, like a dead body. I've only just put that together. I immediately accidentally turned all of the red berries into dye. Let's grab the mail. Oh no, I already have the goblin mail. So, use yellow with red. Make orange. Orange with goblin mail. Ta-da! Let's go back. Okay, so apparently they don't like the orange armour. Now I need to go out and get some blue armour instead. I've already said it a few times, but really, this is showing to an extreme how easy some of these quests would be if you knew what to do ahead of time, because you've already done them in the past. Because I would have went out and already got blue armour. This at least gives me more time to check all the different skills and have a look at what I'm after. Because the Baronite Mace is a level 40 attack weapon. And then we have Baronite, which is of course also from Below Ice Mountain. So I really feel like that's my goal for my endgame weapon, because originally I wanted a rune weapon, but this one just seems more fun, because I've never heard of the Baronite Mace until I started looking at all the skills. There it is, the Baronite Mace. That's oddly high level considering Baronite ore only requires level 14. I am really curious how all that works. I just ran past Falador Park. So I need to go and talk to Winson.
who will have woad leaves. After negotiating, there we go, we've got the woad leaf. I really should have paid attention to how many of these we needed. I mean, it's only 15, so I'll go ahead and grab some more. By the way, I do love the sense of humour in this game. It is... maybe I'm being biased, but it is distinctly British to me, and it reminds me of some of the old point-and-click games I played when I was a kid. Which I really, really enjoy. There we go. Everything's sarcastic, no one's overly friendly, absolutely love it. They don't like the blue, it's not goblin enough, and apparently now we need to get some brown armor, which, as I just said, is the default color. Okay, so there's a crate in here, there's a crate behind there. So I need to find another crate. I do not want to admit how long that just took. Okay, I officially do not get the quest point system. Why did that give me 5 quest points, but some of the other ones I've done only gave me 1? And I felt like they were way more difficult, or at very least had way higher level requirements. Shouldn't complain, happy to have them. Let's go and find another very short quest. I think the Witch's Potion in Rimington. I have no idea where that is. Okay, through Falador again. Let's go and do the Witch's Potion, which hopefully will be a little bit more fun than that.
Would you like to become more proficient in the dark arts?
Yes.
Yes, help me become one with my darker side.
Okay, I'm going to make a potion to help bring out your darker self. You will need certain ingredients.
What do I need?
You need an eye of newt, a rat's tail, an onion, oh, and a piece of burnt meat,
Which I actually do already have in the bank, because I keep on forgetting to throw stuff away. Okay, nice and simple, much better, hopefully no running back and forth. So, an onion I know where to get, a rat's tail, I could get one from a small rat, I was going to go off to try and get, oh, like the ones right there, I guess, in the background. Piece of burnt meat, I know how to do that. And Eye of Newt, the magic shop in Port Sarim. Nice and simple. Well, I'm curious what the potion is actually going to do. Hopefully something interesting. Okay, so we kill a rat. The fact I didn't kill it in one shot is slightly embarrassing, but let's pretend that didn't happen. There we go, rat's tail, first try. There we go, Eye of Newt. The artwork on these, I love the kind of simple style. I've always loved how the runes look, especially. As luck would have it, we had 1 burnt meat left. Now, one thing I've just realised is I actually can't burn meat anymore. My cooking level is too high. How do you get burnt meat if you can't burn it yourself? I have no idea, but it doesn't matter, because we've got it. We've brought all the ingredients back to Hetty.
Excellent, can I have them then?
You pass the ingredients to Hetty and she puts them all into a cauldron. Hetty closes her eyes and begins to chant. The cauldron bubbles mysteriously. Well, is it ready?
Okay, now drink from the cauldron.
Directly from the cauldron. Lovely. You drink from the cauldron, it tastes horrible. You feel imbued with power. 1 quest point, 325 magic XP. Well, at least we got to level 10, so we can now use Earth Strike. Okay, what am I doing next? Let's find another very short. I'm in the mood to get a lot of those sorted out. Pirate's Treasure is very short. And I think there was one in Draenor. Yeah, this one, Ernest the Chicken. I can start this quest by speaking to Veronica. Oh, I've walked past her before. Yeah, right there. Okay, let's go and do that one. That's right there. And now for a quest I really enjoyed and put me in a much better mood. So I'll edit this one down a little bit less so you can see in real time just how slow I am with puzzles. So here we are back in Draenor Manor. We have Veronica outside who wants me to go and find Ernest, who is somewhere trapped inside the manor. So we have loads of random items like rubber tubing, we have poison, we have shears, buckets, spades, just a lot of random stuff around the manor, so I'm assuming we're gonna have to try and solve some kind of puzzle or something else. There's also a random skeleton. Can I just go in here to get the tubing? No, I could not. Let's have a look around then. We've already been downstairs for the other quest. That's where the count is. Okay, we can enter here and grab the poison. I'm just going to grab everything I can. Anything in the wardrobes? Nope. I'm just going to pretty much click everything until we have everything we can. Don't know why we'd need a spade or anything, but I might as well grab it. Okay, secret door. Levers and doors. Okay, some kind of puzzle here to get the oil can. I'm going to check upstairs first before we do any of this. But actually, let's see how this even works. So we pull this. You hear a clunk. I didn't see any changes. Unless that did something upstairs. Aha! Knew it. Okay, so that's opened some of the doors. There's levers there. Okay, this is going to be an absolute nightmare. So I'm only going to do this if we definitely need the oil can. Well, up here we have a load of ghosts. We also now have some fish food, which is definitely a thing. And once again, sellable in the auction house, which I didn't expect since I thought these would be like quest items. Then there's loads of bloodstains and skeletons, and I'm guessing these are all the previous victims. Hopefully none of them are Ernest. So, couldn't really do much with the ghosts, but now I'm fairly certain I know what's happened to Ernest. You know, the chicken. He's been turned into a chicken by Professor Odenstein here. Or Odenstein.
Be careful in here, there's lots of dangerous equipment.
I'm looking for a guy called Ernest.
Ah, Ernest, top-notch bloke, he's helping me with my experiments.
So you know where he is then? He's that chicken over there. Ernest is a chicken, hence the quest name. Are you sure?
Oh, he isn't normally a chicken, or at least he wasn't until he helped me test my polymorph machine, isn't that?
Yeah, chicken morph machine.
It was originally going to be called the transmutation machine, but after testing, polymorph seems more appropriate.
I'm glad Veronica didn't actually get engaged to a chicken.
Who's Veronica?
Ernest's fiancée. She probably doesn't want to marry a chicken.
Oh, I don't know, she could have free eggs for breakfast.
I used to have chickens. It was the best part of having chickens. Eggs every day.
Ah, it's not so easy. My machine is broken, and the house gremlins have run off with some vital bits.
Okay, so this is getting all the different parts. Well, I can look for them.
That would be a help. They'll be somewhere in the manor house or its grounds. The gremlins never get further than the entrance gate. I'm missing the pressure gauge and a rubber tube.
Okay, I know where the rubber tube is. So I need the key for that. And the oil can we found downstairs. Let's start off then by doing the door puzzle underneath, which I've got to be honest, I might end up just brute forcing because I am horrendous at that type of thing. Okay, then let's figure this out. So last time we pulled both of these levers, A and B, and it opened a gate to get into here. So we can now enter here and here. This area does not have a new lever. We have C and D, so let's see what they do. Because what we need to figure out is the combination, I assume, of levers down versus levers up to open this door there. Okay, so C just completely locked us in completely. If we go to D... Okay, we can now go to here. Is there any... There's no gate there, so there's no levers there, but we do have an exit now, so let's exit, and then we'll swap the levers outside. So let's turn off B, because before, B did absolutely nothing. So let's put B back to how it was before. Okay, that's opened that one. So now we have access to E and F. If we pull F, that swapped a lot of them. So now we have access to this one and this one, so we do have an exit. But this one's still locked. And if we pull E, this one, okay, how about just E? Huh. Okay, so I'm thinking then, oh, this one's, okay. So F, up, E, up. With access to here to mess with these again. But there's no point in that because that's what we did before. So let's just have an escape. So we'll have F down, E up. That'll let us get out, and then we'll try and mess with the levers to either open the door or get back to these. So now let's put A back up. So only F and D are down. Oh, I think I've got this wrong. Okay, we've just opened the main door. It's pretty much what we had before. It's just that now A is up and B is up. We have C and D both down. Now we need to be able to escape while this still remains open. So I think it will be is E. Right? Yes, it is. Okay, I finally figured it out. And with that, we get the first item, which is the oil can. So, we've been given a spade, a tinderbox, a bucket, and shears, along with poison and fish food. And the guy did say that the goblins tend to run outside as well. They just don't leave the gates. So we need to find the key for the rubber tube. And I have no idea where the pressure gauge is going to be. Ooh, that's a noose. So let's just go outside and dig anywhere that looks even slightly suspicious. I'm sure one of them is going to be either in that little grave there or the compost. Grave goes first. Well, too bad me, I'm doing it. You dig up an unusual item. There doesn't seem to be any use for it around here, so you leave it alone. Oh, members only. That's for another quest or something then. Oh, you find a small key. So that's gonna be that. Then we have fish food and poison. I mean, that's a fountain. There shouldn't really be fish in a fountain, right? But let's just search that anyway. Well, oh! Belladonna. Build inconspicuous rocks. Oh! There seems to be a pressure gauge in here. And a lot of piranhas. Oh, well, I know what to do here then. Poison plus fish food. Poison fish food. Into the fountain. Man, I feel genuinely very bad about that. I kind of love piranhas. The piranhas start eating the food, then die and float to the surface, which means then I can get the pressure gauge. And then finally, we can use the key to grab the rubber tube currently being defended by a zombie. Or a skeleton. Okay, we open the door, we grab the rubber tube, I'm just going to ignore you, and that's everything. This quest, I really enjoyed. There's a mysteries one as well I saw. Yeah, this one here. I'm hoping that one's going to be similar to this, because this is really enjoyable. This is my kind of quest. I have everything. Give him here, then.
Let's get this fixed, then.
Arnstein starts up the machine hums and shakes. And there we go, Ernest now exists.
Thank you, sir. It was dreadfully irritating being a chicken. How can I ever thank you?
Well, a cash reward is always nice.
Of course, of course.
We get 4 quest points, 300 coins, bringing me to a total of 29. So Dragon Slayer's the final quest, I think, in free-to-play, based on how many we need. And we need 32 for that. Oh, we're really close. Oh, so we don't need to do every quest. I'm a little bit disappointed about that, but also kind of happy, because we also need to get to a decent combat level and level up our magic and everything else. So it's probably for the best we don't need to do every other quest. So the last very short one then is it Pirate's Treasure? I can start this quest by talking to Redbeard Frank on the Port Sarah. Oh, I keep running past the quest givers. Okay, well, we know where that is, so I'll just run straight there. So far, I think this was my favourite quest, because it was just a little bit more interesting. Though I did also like X Marks the Spot. So far, those two are probably my favourite.
Here's Redbeard Frank. Our treasure you be after, eh? Well, I might be able to tell you where to find some for a price.
What sort of price?
Well, for example, if you can get me a bottle of rum, not just any rum, mind, I'd like some rum made on Karamja Island. There's no rum like Karamja rum.
Yes, we'll begin the quest. Okay, I'll bring you some Karamja rum, if I'm even pronouncing that correctly.
You're a saint, although it'll take a miracle to get it off Karamja.
The custom office, now that's the true villain of the world.
Has been clamping down on the export of spirits. You seem like a resourceful young lad. I'm sure you'll be able to find a way to slip some stuff past them.
That was difficult for me to say. Well, I'll give it a shot.
That's the spirit.
How do I get to Karamja? Oh! That doesn't explain it to me at all. I'm just gonna talk to people then. It keeps saying transportation everywhere. So let's just talk to people. I'm sure one of them's just gonna give me a boat. Aha! Okay, so we're in Karamja. I'm gonna say it differently every time. Some air runes there. We have Shipwright Sally. We have all the stuff for sailing, which I know I can't do. There's the customs office just there. So first of all, let's find the rum. Then we'll figure out how we're gonna sneak it off. There it is. There's the rum. Only costs 30 coins. So we've got it now. But obviously we can't just travel back, otherwise that would be too easy. Can I journey on the ship? Yeah, you'll be searched. Okay, yes, so we obviously need to put it in something else, so let's have a look around. Oh, here we go. I actually walked past this guy, I was looking everywhere else. That customs officer is annoying, isn't she? Well, I know her pretty well. She doesn't cause me any trouble anymore. She doesn't even search my export crates anymore. Okay, so I need to get one of the export crates. She knows they only contain bananas. Really? How interesting. Whereabouts do you send those to? Well, there's a little shop over in Port Sarim. Okay, so that's what we need to do then. We need to find their export crates and put the rum in there and smuggle it that way. I think this is the third crate I've shipped to him this month. If you could fill it with bananas, I'd pay you 30 gold. So I need to get a crate, fill it with bananas, and then put the rum in there, right? So if I use the rum on the crate... Oh, I've also found somewhere to get lobster. That's brilliant. Okay, hopefully that's enough bananas. Okay, the crate is full. Talk to you again, I assume. I filled it with bananas. Here's your payment. So now I can travel back, and it should be at the vendor. I was honestly assuming it would just be... Oh yeah, there we go, look, crate in the back. Only employees of the grocery store. So, can I get a job here? Well, you're keen. I'll give you that. Okay, I'll give you a go. Have you got your own white apron? No, I haven't. I'm being a very minor menace to society today. Huh, kind of works for the rest of the outfit, honestly. Go through to the back and tidy me up. Wow, you are way too trusting. I'm also going to steal your apron because you're annoying to me. Thank you. And I'm assuming this is the correct one because there's a banana on top. And there we go. We have the rum, and I quit my day job.
Arr, matey. Have you brought some rum for your old mate Frank?
Yep, we have brought some.
Now a deal's a deal. I'll tell ye about the treasure. I used to serve under a pirate captain called One-Eyed Hector. Hector was very successful and became very rich, but about a year ago we were boarded by the customs agents. Hector were killed along with many of his crew. I were one of the few to escape, and I escaped with this.
Frank happily takes the rum and hands you a key.
This be Hector's key. I believe it opens his chest in his old room in the Blue Moon Inn in Varrock. With any luck, his treasure will still be there.
Okay, thanks. I'll go and get it. Maybe after this I'll do some fishing, level up my cooking to get in the cooking guild, but also then we'll have some better food, and I'll go and find something to farm some levels. Because I would like to be a little bit stronger than I am currently, just in case I get killed. Because Below Ice Mountain requires level 15, I'm obviously a lot higher than that. But then when we look at Dragon Slayer, that requires 45 plus magic. Oh! He's like the god, isn't he?
So, he's pointing towards the... Is this the X? Oh! Well, apparently this gardener thinks it's worth his life to protect this. Let's try that again. No. Oh, it was that. You have completed Pirate's Treasure. You're awarded 2 quest points and 1 Hector's treasure. Which is 450 gold, a gold ring, and an emerald. Sadly, you did have to kill an innocent gardener for that. I'll say innocent, he was willing to kill me because I dug a hole. So we're almost at enough quest points then to do the final quest of Dragon's Lair. So I really want to focus on some combat levels now, so I'm going to go fishing for a couple of hours, get loads of trout and level up our cooking and everything else, and then I'm going to go and find something worth killing. There's the frogs near the start of the game which drop big bones, which would help me level my prayer, which would be good. But other than that, I don't really know what I'm after. The urge to Google what to kill is so high, and I'm going to resist as best I can. So I ended up popping RuneScape on the second screen, I had a beer, and now we have level 50 fishing and level 50 cooking. I've gone all the way to here because I think level 50 fishing gives you the best fish, which is non-members, which is the swordfish. I can't see anything else which isn't members only, which I could possibly get. There's also a few fish which we can get from below Ice Mountain, and apparently in cooking as well, we can do a really weird thing, if I can find it. So the weird thing I was talking about was this, the ritual offerings for guppies, cavefish, etc., all which require fishing from beneath Ice Mountain. But before we do that, I want to get to level 30 strength, defense, and attack, and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. Part of me wants to finally go into some of these dungeons. I've been looking at these while fishing, and they seem terrifying. We have this here, which has skeletons and zombies, hobgoblins, hill giants, all the terrifying things. Then we have the one here in Barbarian Village, which has the Gift of Peace and just literally the word war. And then in Lumbridge we have what looks like just more frogs. They're the ones which seemed interesting to me. In the swamp, if we go here, we have just more giant frogs. But then we have things like the Chasm of Tears, and the Ham Cult, and the Draenor Sewers, and all sorts of other places, which I am yet to check out. So I'm really tempted by the weird one here first, in Barbarian Village. So I've got all my armor on, I've got a load of salmon, and hopefully we're not going to be killed. You squeeze through the hole and find a ladder a few feet down, leading to the stronghold of security. And that is a very different style to what I'm used to, which apparently has stars in the background, and what on earth is that over there? Okay, let's focus on one thing at a time. So we have level 14 wolves, level 12 minotaur. Okay, that's not too bad. So, not instant death? So what do we have then? We have a portal. Can't interact with anything here on the wall. We have the Gate of War and a dead adventurer. He looks a bit past it. Wonder what's in his bag. You rummage around in the dead explorer's bag. You find a book with some handwritten notes. Whoa, that's a lot of words I'm not going to read out loud. Essentially, the book reads as if things are going to get scarier the deeper you get into the dungeon, and then the Gates of War apparently ask you questions about your account security. I was asked, who can you give your password to? Which, of course, is nobody. And I assume that other gates are going to ask me questions as, yep, there we go. Will Jagex prevent me from saying my PIN in-game? Probably not. What do you mean by that? Like, oh! That's a super old scam! I remember that in, like, well, pretty much every MMO. So, I'm gonna say no? Correct! Jagex will not block your PIN, so don't type it! Anyone asking you to say your PIN is trying to trick you. Yeah, people say, oh look, if you type in your pin, it gets auto-blocked, and then they just put in 4 stars. And then very silly people will say their password or their pin out loud, and then of course it doesn't get blocked, and then whoops-a-daisy. Good to see that ones I remember from like 20 years ago are still a thing. Where is it safe to use my old RuneScape password? On all websites I visit. Only on the old... yeah, okay, there we go. Killed 10 Minotaurs, didn't really get anything of interest, and now we can grab the Gift of Peace, which I imagine is going to be a trap. The box hinges creak and appear to be forming audible words. Congratulations, adventurer. You have been deemed worthy of this reward. I am a chest. You've also unlocked the flap emote. Well, that was random. Do I want to continue? I'm going to say yes. We have loads of food still, and the Minotaurs weren't particularly difficult. So down here we have level 28s, level 30s, and that's about it. And I'm guessing it's going to be another map like this for the grain of plenty. So we can either go this way or this way. What I'm thinking is because of how these doors are set up, I can probably just run from door to door, and if these are like the Minotaurs, they might not even be aggressive, though something tells me zombies are going to be aggressive. So I think this is probably the easier way, just along the top and then go to the center. So we're going here. Let's go through the rickety doors, answer some questions, and just run all the way to hopefully get the prize. I'm assuming there'll be another portal at the end, so we can give up. Oh, I can't see one. I'll check when I'm closer. Everything is fake. So far, pretty much every single answer has been, no, don't trust the humans. Ooh, 4 damage straight away. Lovely. Okay, that was relatively easy. As long as things don't get ridiculously high level, I think I'm just going to continue. Congratulations, adventurer. You have been deemed worthy of this reward. You have also unlocked the slap head emote. What did I get? No, really, what did I just get? Other than the slap... oh, more coins. Okay. It's more like slapping my mouth because of how it looks with the helmet. Yes, I know it's dangerous. Let's go again. Hopefully it's still a safe zone when we enter. Oh, we're in Nurgle's garden. What level now? 50s. How high can a 50 hit? And I can really see the reward. It's right there. The box of health. Genuinely, this is a really good idea, especially for younger players. Is that it? Just one hit of 0? Okay, things looking up. Where's the next door? There it is. So once again, because of the tracking of enemies and them getting stuck behind each other, this is actually really easy. There is another floor though. I was really hoping this was the last floor. We get some kind of big reward. So what does the box of health give us? Congratulations, adventurer. You have been deemed worthy of yet more coins. You've also unlocked the idea emote. So I'm guessing the last one will be stamp then. It's in the same section. Yeah, we've actually ended this in full health, so yeah, let's just continue. Oh, 159, don't care, just run. They don't seem hostile. 159! I didn't think things got to that level in RuneScape. Oh, which way should I go? Well, if they're... oh god, do I... okay, now I'm tempted to run back. I'm gonna risk it. If this is how I die, then I die stupidly and gloriously, and that's fitting. It really seems like this is it. Oh, there we go. Extra defense 10%. Let's turn that on. No, come on, run. Don't fight. Do not fight. Eat and run. Eat and run. Just stuff a salmon down your throat. Whoa! I didn't even see that one. It's like it's a ghost or something. I'm genuinely... my heart went a little bit there. So the final reward was this. The fighting boots. We just grabbed them from a pram, because of course we did. We also got fancy boots and fancier boots. All of these give us the same stats. And that's amazing because I have been asking about these since I was like level 3 because I kept seeing people with them and I couldn't make them myself. In fact, if you look over there, there's someone there cutting down a tree with the boots on. It seems like almost everyone has these, and with good reason because you just have to run there and grab it. Since I still have the exploring bug, I've just entered the Edgeville dungeon. And we have skeletons, level 20, hobgoblins, which range in level between 28 and 42. Which means the giants should be there. Which are probably too high level for me then. I don't think we're going to find anything too interesting. Well, that was surprisingly easy to get to. We just ran here. Apparently, like Dark Souls, you can just run past a lot of stuff. And we're under attack by a hill giant, which, by the way, only level 28. Now I'm going to kill you, then I'm going to go up this ladder and see where this leads, because this goes straight to the hill giants. Then we're going to look up what the hill giants drop. And what I'm really hoping is they drop something good. Also, there's a key over there. Ooh. Ooh, lore runes! Well, I don't even need to Google if they're worth anything then, because that is actually in my needs list. Because once we learn magic, teleporting takes lore runes. I saw that before. And what I did also notice is that you couldn't buy them from the 2 magic shops I'm aware of. And I was thinking, that's going to be a problem for later. Well, I just solved the problem. Now, let me grab that brass key. And that's just with low-level zombies. Then I'm going to go up the ladder, and then I'm going to quickly check out... Oh, I really hope that is somewhere safe. I'm going to check out what the hill giants can drop and what the hobgoblins can drop. Because I would love to be farming something of value rather than just farming up my levels, and we have so much salmon, we should be able to survive. Where are we? We are... Oh! We're right next to Barbarian Village, so we're just, like, west of Varrock? I didn't even see this on the map, and I have been looking at every single dungeon, and apparently I'm blind. So we can just enter here, go down the ladder, straight to the hill giants. Oh, I have found the best place. I think I've done my maybe first smart thing this entire 50-odd hours. Brilliant. Okay, let me just quickly Google what they drop. So I just thought I'd double check before looking at the wiki, and yeah, I can't see anywhere we could buy lore runes in the free-to-play area. Apparently, they're good to kill from level 30 to 50. I am literally level 30, and the Edgeville dungeon is the one which is recommended for us to go and kill, which is brilliant. So the only things we need to see there now are their drops. So here's all the defense and everything, don't care. So they drop big bones, obviously, the giant key, to access Obor's lair in the Hill Giant section of the Edgeville dungeon. The key is not consumed when unlocking access to Obor's lair for the first time. It's consumed when used to unlock the chest inside Obor's lair. Interesting, so the Giant's key is how we get to a whole new area. They drop some iron armor, some steel weapons, and then... Yep, lore runes at 1 in 42. They also drop cosmic runes, nature runes, chaos, and death. They can also drop some gems, and if we were members, loads of other stuff as well. Cool. I mean, yeah, seems like a really good target. Also, it took me 51 hours, but I've also figured out how to use the loot tracker, so I've just reset the hill giants. I'm gonna kill 100 hill giants, because that's just what I want to do. Also, I fished exactly 1,000 raw trout, and I've only just realised, and that is so incredibly satisfying. So I guess I'll just be killing hill giants. I'll start with attack, because I want to go and get an adamant sword, and then I'll do defense, and then strength. Remember when I said I was only going to kill 100 of these? Well, many hours later, and 412 killed later, we're still killing more. Now, I do have a few reasons for this, so hear me out. First of all, I really want to get to level 32 prayer so that we can enter the monastery, because I am convinced that's where we're going to finally enchant our holy necklace, which we made 20, 30 hours ago. I also want to get level 40 attack before we finish below Ice Mountain, because somewhere there, after the quest, we can make the Baronite Mace, which I think is going to be a good alternative to rune weapons, which I have no idea where to get them. I have checked out pretty much every shop. I took a break to just run around for like half an hour checking every shop I could, and this is the best gear I could find. So we have an Adamant Full Helm, sadly only the chain body, not the plate body. We have Adamant Plate Legs, and still just the Steel Kite Shield. So if the mace is as good as Rune, or even near, I really want to be able to use it as soon as possible. And these enemies just seem the perfect enemies to farm levels on. Because although they're not giving me as many lore runes as I want, which is for teleportation and everything else, they are giving cosmic runes, which is used to enchant jewelry. And I've only realised recently, I don't have a ring. So I'm hoping you can enchant the rings, not just the necklaces, and then all of this will be for something else, not just for the lore runes. At this point, shockingly, I somehow still didn't understand what the combat level system meant, so what I was thinking is that for Dragon Slayer I needed level 45 attack, defense and strength, not 45 overall combat level. On the upside, I do figure it out soon, and over-leveling can't be bad for my own survival. And finally, we need to get to level 45 combat anyway to do the final quest, which is Dragon Slayer Part 1. That's the, by the looks of things, the final free-to-play quest. It has the highest requirements, it requires 32 quest points, it's the big finale, and I need to level up at some point, so may as well do it now before we finish all the other quests. That all being said, I may swap to the giant frogs at some point because they're going to be way faster to kill, and still give the better bones for our prayer. So this is embarrassing, but 60 hours into the game, and I finally understand what they mean by combat level. In my head, I thought it meant your average sort of level, so your attack, strength, defense, and hit points, everything else. No, it means this, here, combat level. So for Dragon Slayer, we needed 45 combat level, at least that's the recommendation, whereas actually, I'm already level 52. So that wasn't really necessary at all. Now, to be fair, that just means I've over-leveled and that should make things easier. But it really does show that my reading comprehension is on a whole other level, and not a good one. Also, I have killed over 300 frogs at this point, 487 in fact, and we now have prayer level 32, so I'm going to go off, we're going to check out the Chef's Guild and the Monastery and see if they were worth all the effort. I also finally figured out how to check the healing of different items, so we have swordfish and apple pies. I think these are the best non-members items we can make which can still heal it. No! Chocolate cake and meat pizza are in fact the strongest healing items we can make. How on earth do you make a pizza in general? Meat pizza 45, we do have the cooking level. So making a pizza, mix flour and water to make the base, add a tomato, add cheese, I have no idea where to get cheese, cook the pizza by using it on a range, add your choice of topping. So that'll be the meat. Well, we need to figure out where we get cheese from. And tomato. Actually, I think there's a cheese and tomato drop in the dye vendor's house over in Draenor. But I'm hoping there's a way to get more than just one at a time. We've entered the monastery. There's not really all that much here, except you do get a couple of monk's robes for free, which is lovely, which increases your prayer bonus, which reduces how fast your prayer drains whilst you're praying, which I assume is just when these are actually turned on. And then the brother here, who has the skill cape, has blessed our holy symbol, which I can only imagine further increases the prayer bonus. Now, I've got to be honest, until like right now, I was completely unaware of the prayer stat. Ooh, that gives you extra defenses. So I was wrong, by the way. It turns out that the meat pizza isn't the best thing you can make when cooking. It's the anchovy pizza, which seems really easy because anchovies are a level 15 fish? But we need level 55 cooking. So at 55 cooking, we can make the best free-to-play food, I think. Definitely want to do that. But first, let's actually check out the Chef's Guild. You can't come in here unless you're wearing a chef's hat. Okay, I do have one of those in the bank because I've killed lots and lots of goblins. So, I'm of two minds with the Chef Guild. First of all, I think it looks awesome, I love the fact it's a working mill. And secondly, it does have quite a lot of useful stuff. It has pie shells, it has cooking apples, it has grapes, jugs, a water supply, which means you can pretty much make unlimited wine and unlimited apple pies. And wine and apple pies just seems like a really good Friday night. On the downside, you can't use the bank if you're free-to-play because you have to do some of the achievement stuff, which I don't believe you can do in free-to-play because of the requirements. And also, there's no vendors here at all, so I still don't know where to go to get our food. I'm guessing there's gonna be a food vendor somewhere, so I'll have to look out for that, as I do really want to get to 55 cooking and make the best food I can for free-to-play. But for now, we're going to have to stick with making wine and making apple pies. I still haven't made any apple pies yet, but it turns out wine is actually really good for experience. You just add the grapes to the water, and then after a short while they'll ferment, either turning into good wine or bad wine. And I think you get 200 experience each if it's good wine. So is this how you make apple pies? Yep, you just add apple to pie. That makes complete sense. And there we go, 1,600 experience because all the top layer are good wine, and so is the bottom layer, so yep, it's 200 experience each. And let's shove these in the range. Let's see how many of these we end up burning. 130 each. That's not too bad, but I do have a feeling that fishing over there was still a bit faster because of how fast you get the fish. To make this, it requires a lot of steps. Even with the wine, it required me to server hop a lot because there's only one section of grapes here per server, and it takes a long time for them to respawn. It's cool, and I'll definitely be coming back here for other stuff, but it's not as useful as I first thought, which is a shame. But thematically, brilliant. So I was correct, by the dye vendor there is a single cheese and a single tomato, so if this shop doesn't sell it, at least I have some way of getting them. So, it turns out they do sell tomatoes and cheese here. One of each at a time. That's it. And they don't really respawn all that quickly. So, it's going to be server hopping, either stealing from the witch or buying the cheese and tomatoes from here, depending on if I want to be a upstanding citizen. Now finally, we can start below Ice Mountain. So I've got my pickaxe with me because it recommended some mining. We are way too high level in terms of our combat, so it should be pretty safe. And of course we have all of our armor on as well. So we need to talk to Willow, who is you. Hello, Willow. Love the hoodie. And now for some of the worst reading and worst voice acting you're going to hear on YouTube for a long time. You've been warned. It's a brand new day of recording, I'm half asleep, so let's begin the quest by talking to Willow. Hello there! What are you doing all the way out here? Just looking around. Oh, did you lose something? No, I found something. A door. A door? I see doors all the time. What makes this one so special? And you can see why I've never voice acted in anything. It's buried beneath a ton of rocks. Could be the entrance to some ancient ruins. Wow, ancient ruins? Are you an archaeologist or something? I'm guessing those rocks are the entrance to Ice Mountain. Archaeologist? Me? Of course I am! I'm the greatest archaeologist of our time! The name's Willow. Have you not heard of me? I'm afraid I haven't. Are you looking for a way into the ruins? You bet I am, but I don't think there's any other way in. Oh dear, do you have a plan to get in? Potentially, but I won't be able to do it on my own, nor can I leave the area. If I'm not here to guard the entrance, some other archaeologist might come along and steal the glory from me. Maybe you could give me a hand. There could be untold riches inside the ruins. And of course we're going to agree. A chance to uncover ancient ruins doesn't happen every day. Of course I'll help. I'm Mr. Lathrix, by the way. Do you have a plan to get in? The entrance is covered in rocks and rubble. I don't think mining them will work, although mining was a recommendation of this quest, hence why I brought my rune pickaxe. We'll need something stronger. Who knows what could be inside the ruins? There could be traps, or even monsters! No, I think we'll need to get my old crew. I mean excavation team together, but you'll need to convince them to help us first. We didn't part on the best of terms. I am being scammed so hard right now, and Mr. Lathix here is completely oblivious. And also I'm now realising that his head there and that helmet doesn't quite line up visually. Anyway, what happened? We had a falling out after a dig went wrong. Not a heist in any way. Or a hoist, as I almost have said then. Where can I find your old team? And how will they help? To get into the... This is so long. To get into the ruins, we'll need to blow up all the rocks blocking the entrance. That doesn't sound too safe. What if we damage the ruins? Surely it's better to go slower and preserve as much as we can. No! We need to get there as soon as possible. Burnt Off the Dwarf will do it. He's a master with... Oh, I'm just going to get his team together like every single heist movie ever. From what I can remember, he's a fan of his drink. So, his favourite pub being the Rising Sun Inn in Falador. I'll look there first. After we've blown the rocks away, we need someone to move the rubble. Someone strong. A real strong man, someone with muscles, an old friend of mine, Checkle, should be able to do the heavy lifting. And they are in Barbarian Village. I'm sorry I'm not reading absolutely everything, my voice is already starting to hurt. Lastly, if my hunch is correct, this place will be covered in traps. We'll need my pal Marley to disarm them. He's the best thief I know, been at it for years. I have no idea where he is these days, but his cousin Charlie and Varrock may know, Charlie the Tramp. You should talk to him, he's normally somewhere near the Blue Moon Inn. Okay, so... by the sound of it, we're going there to steal priceless artifacts and then keep them for ourselves. You know, there's something in my British genetics which is really on board for this plan. There's the dwarf we were looking for with a stylish hat which clips straight into his forehead.
Buy us a drink.
Are you burnt off?
I might be, I might not. Buy us a drink and find out.
It just so happens I've got a drink for you here. Yep, I've had some beers in the bank already. Give it here then. You give Burnt Off the drink. That's good stuff. Yep, it's been in the bank for months. So, are you Burnt Off?
Yes, I am. What do you think this dwarf could do for you?
Willow sent me. She needs your help with a job.
Willow, now that's a name I drink to forget.
What do you mean?
Willow always insisted on changing my ways. I knows explosives just because I lost a couple of my fingers a few years back. Doesn't mean I'll do it again.
So I kinda messed up there, but at least it means you don't have to listen to me trying to do this voice again for a while. So I clicked off to quickly check the time, and then when I clicked back, he was saying he couldn't remember the score of our game. A game we had never done. Then suddenly, I've been teleported to the top of the inn, and we're about to play rock, paper, scissors. So sure. It's a best of 3 game. Now pick what you're going to show. Let's go with rock. Burnt Off choose paper, so I lost. Looks like you win. Oh no, he's so drunk I'm just gonna win every match. So I'm assuming this is a matter of if I win, he'll join the heist. With rock, paper, scissors. Yes, and I put out scissors. Okay then, I guess the first round goes to me. I'm guessing I'm going to lose every round, but thanks to the magic of alcohol, I'm going to win regardless. Nope, that time I actually won.
I think I won that round.
But rock beats scissors.
Yes, that is correct, but you chose paper, so I win.
Whatever, let's just play the last round. Let's go with paper, and I'll win regardless, I assume. He chose scissors. Oh no, it looks like he has won. You quickly change your sign to rock. Are you okay, Burnt Off? I clearly beat you. Check my hand again.
Merlin's beard, you did! A deal's a deal, I'll help you out. But I think I need one more drink before I hit the road. Tina, bring another beer, please.
Okay, so we need to find the other two. One, I think I need to speak to Charlie, and the other I can't remember for the life of me.
Thanks, Tina.
Isn't Tina lovely? Yep, Burnt Off is now teleported away. So, where are the other two? Checkle in Barbarian Village. Okay, that's on the way. And then the last one, I need to go to the Blue Moon Inn in Varrock to speak to Charlie the Tramp. We found Checkle. I've seen him here before, actually, and always wondered what exactly he was doing here because he's not one of the barbarians. Hello there, I'm Mr. Lathrix, and I'm looking for a man named Checkle. That would be me, sir. What can I do for you? And also that's a weird accent to give based on the name, but there we are. I was told to come and find you. Willow has found the new dig size. Stop right there, sir. You can tell Willow she can do the heavy lifting herself. And why is that? Willow does not appreciate the amount of work that goes into building my physique. You know, the lumpy kind of style. I would not help her lift a shrimp. I take great pride in these muscles, and it hurts me to the core to hear such insults. But we need your help. She's found a new archaeological dig site and needs your help to clear the entrance. Archaeological dig site? I said that weirdly. Why is Willow interested in starting a dig site? She said there could be some ancient ruins and even an untouched hoard of gold and treasure. Ah, that makes sense. Ah, you poor lad. What do you mean? Nothing. Look, I will help you, but first you must prove your strength to me. Well, that shouldn't be hard. I'm pretty strong. That is true, but are you strong in both body and mind? No to both. Yes? To be a true strongman, you do not just need big muscles. No, you must have self-control and an unrelenting desire to push yourself to become stronger. I would ask you to train with my old friend and trainer, Atlas, one of the strongest barbarians I know. You can find him in the hall north of here. If you can survive his rigorous training program, I shall offer you my help. How do you know he'll train me? Tell him I sent you, and he will train you. Okay, I've got to speak to Atlas to the north. I'm guessing the huge section over here. Sorry, Atlas, please ignore the fact I'm killing a barbarian and opening up a drink. Thank you, Atlas. What do you want, little man? I've just come here to talk to you. Checkle said you could train me. He said you're the strongest barbarian he knows. Oh, did he now? What makes you think I will train you? Come on then, out with it already. Well, he said he wouldn't. I'm just pulling your leg. Any friend of Checkle is a friend of mine. Don't know why I gave him like a pseudo-Russian accent there. Please don't scare me like that. It's force of habit. It comes with the barbarian lifestyle, but to apologize, I'll give you a free lesson. Oh really? How much do these usually cost? Around 25,000 coins per session. That's a lot of money. No price is too much for a good workout. Are you ready to start your training session? Yes. What am I doing? Oh. I have teleported somewhere else. I think for rock. If you want to become a strong man, you need to get into shape. That animation looks so doofy. It's brilliant. It's not all about strength. You need to get in some cardio too. Oh, you know, I bet there's actual music for this section because it's looking very Rocky-esque. And it's not playing because I have music off so I can add music later, otherwise it'd be all over the place during the video. So it's just creepy silence for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look how excited he is for 4 push-ups. I mean, I do appreciate the montage. You need to be tough to be a strong man. Show me what you've got. Come on. Or just get absolutely beat up, one of the two. Every strong man was once a beginner who refused to give up. You know, if I could do a Viking kind of Norse accent, I would for you. But I can't do any accents, so... You need to push yourself! Getting quite the crowd. Always strive to be the best that you can be. That is the strongman way. Oh, if there are steps here by the castle, we're going to end by running up the steps, aren't we? 100%, yeah, there we go. Again, for me, in complete silence. I'm very proud of you. You've shown grit, determination, and an iron will. You are a true strong man at heart. That was exhausting. I never worked so hard in my life.
and for that I am proud. Now, show us what you are made of and flex those muscles.
My arms are so tiny. You've unlocked the flex emote.
My work is done. Return to Checkle and show him your newfound muscles.
So the whole thing was just to learn how to flex. That's kinda brilliant, I gotta be honest. Okay, so where's flex? Is that flex? Oh, what are these? Let's sit down and Premier Shield. When did I learn that? Okay, I'm just gonna continue on. I have no idea when I had that. Maybe I've always had it, but I can't remember being able to summon a floating shield. Okay, all of that, so now I can use flex. Knew that would work. My goodness, those muscles are exquisite. I will definitely help anyone who shows that much dedication to their physique. Fantastic. Willow said she'd meet you by the entrance on the west side of Ice Mountain. Thank you, my friend. I will meet you there. Okay, so the last one, let's go and talk to Charlie the Tramp to find out where his cousin is. Charlie told me I need to go to Edgeville because apparently he tried to rob some robes and had to flee the authorities. Oh yeah, Marley here looks almost identical to Charlie.
I would be, depending on who's asking. If you're with the Vrock City Guard, I had nothing to do with the robbery at the museum. I don't even know what I'd do with some wizard robes.
No? What, robbery? Wizard robes?
Robbery? Sorry, pal, first I've heard of a robbery.
Look, I'm not here with the City Guard. Willow sent me to find you. She needs your help.
Willow? Afraid I don't recall a Willow.
Are you sure? She said you were old pals.
Nope, I'm sure. Only Willow I know is a type of tree, and that's a yew tree next to us. But then again, my memory is a bit hazy, due to how hungry I am.
Oh god, it's just like Charlie asking for things. You're too hungry to remember your friend.
Yep, it's been a while since I had a nice hot meal.
Would you like me to get you something to eat to help jog your memory? Please be trout, that would be so funny. Fine, I'll be back in a...
Whoa, hold your horses there, friend. I can't just eat anything. I have very specific dietary requirements.
God, he's just Charlie .2, isn't he? 2.0, I meant to say.
Don't be like that. I don't want anything fancy, just a steak sandwich from the Blue Moon in Vrock.
Why don't you go and get one, then?
Slight problem there, friend. I've been barred and the chef won't make me another one. Something about stealing from the punters. I can't remember.
Also, is that a very British word, punters? Because it means just people who, you know, frequent your establishment normally. Pubs and everything will call people punters. I've never heard it outside the UK, but I could be utterly mistaken. Okay, let's go get a steak sandwich. Before we make the steak sandwich, very quickly I googled punter to make sure I was correct. It is British slang. It means a person who gambles, places a bet or makes a risky investment, or how I know it to be used, a customer or a client, especially a member of an audience. You do still hear it these days, but way less than when I was younger. I heard it all the time. Well, I have a piece of bread. I'm guessing that was steak. It could also be rat meat. There's no real way of knowing with cooked meat in this game. Oh, where on earth did you get a knife from then? I am sure I had a knife from Lumbridge. Oh, I'm blind. There's a knife inside the castle. I've just ran all the way outside to find this really suspicious knife in an alley. Welcome to the UK, where knives are like plants. Oh. There we go, we've made a steak... You can eat the steak sandwich. Ooh, let's not do that. Okay, back to Edgeville. Okay, giving a steak sandwich here to Marley. You give the steak sandwich to Marley, just as I guessed. And... not quite as good as usual, but it hit the spot. Are you finally done? Yes, sir, I am. I'll honour my side of the deal and head off to find Willow. Finally, you can find her the west side of Ice Mountain. Excellent. I'll be on my way then. Okay. Well, that's everyone. I guess I should head off to the entrance of the west side of Ice Mountain. Oh, I must have the full pheasant set, the full Lederhosen, because I've just done the pheasant event again, and it just gave me a lamp instead. The gang's all here. Okay, hello again, Willow. That's everyone gathered. Interesting company for an archaeologist to keep. How many archaeologists do you actually know? Well, Exactly. So who are you to judge? Anyway, we're all here and ready to excavate the entrance. Are you ready? Who knows what's inside the ruins? I'm ready as I'll ever be. Let's head in. Oh, here we go. I'm assuming we're going to see some explosions. Right, that's everyone gathered. Thank you, Mr. Lathrix, for all your help. Oh, it's no pro. Okay, everyone, we've wasted enough time. Let's crack this door open. Burnt off, you're up. Try not to blow the entire mountain up this time. Yes, ma'am, let's get this rock out the way. Like I always say, if you're going to handle explosives, you may as well have 6-7 beers beforehand. Just to place this there, a little bit of dynamite here, and there we go. Now we light the fuse. What are you all doing standing there? Everyone ran for cover, lad. You'd best do the same. Clock's ticking, lad. Explosions and that art style look so silly and I love it. Blew me neck burnt off. That was a tad too explosive, I think. My ears are still ringing. Quit your moaning, I did the job, didn't I? Oh yeah, you've probably got a Scottish accent, haven't you? Because they always give dwarves Scottish accents. Anyway, he's right. The rock's been broken up. Checkle, it's your turn. Of course, madame. I'll get to work. Clearing the rubble. This has definitely been the best quest so far. All the different steps. Again, if I ever get the paid membership, I'm really looking forward to the medium and longer quests, which you can actually get your teeth into, rather than these very quick little fetch quests. The work is done, Willow. My apologies if it took too long. Don't be sorry, Jekyll. Gotta put those muscles to work somehow. Alright, Marley, in you go. Let us know if you find anything. Right? In I go. Wish me luck, Mr. Lathrix. Try not to die. Right, let's see what surprises you have in store for me. It glows. That would have been nasty. Is that it? I thought this place would be better protected. Now to disarm it. Maybe this'll work. That got it. Alright guys, it's safe to come in, I think. I'm assuming it's not going to be safe to come in. So, straight away, big scary thing in the middle. Broken pillar in the corner, that plant is looking at me suspiciously, blue light, and I am certain that's an enemy about to move because it looks different to the rest of the terrain. You're impressed? There's nothing here but dust and fallen rocks. You don't find it exciting? As an archaeologist, I thought you'd be thrilled at this discovery. Thrilled? What there's to be excited about? I don't see any gold, diamonds, rare gems, or piles of lost treasure. Very suspicious about the dwarf right now. It's not about the money though, right? We've potentially discovered long-lost ruins of an ancient civilization. Of course it's about the money. It's always been about the money, you fool. I don't understand. These markings look familiar. We're not a team of archaeologists, you idiot. We're grave robbers looking for their next score. So this entire time, you've just been using me to help break into these ruins in hopes of finding someone else's treasure, once again as a British person. Yep, and you would be surprisingly easy to convince. I'll admit, you have been a tremendous help, Mr. Lathrix. You were surprisingly. My dyslexia gets worse the longer I read. At the moment, I am really struggling. But your usefulness has come to an end, I'm afraid. I can't simply let you leave here. Why not? I can't risk... Yeah, a dwarf's gonna cause a problem. I can't risk you running to the authorities and telling them about our little gang. We're wanted in quite a few large cities across Gillinor. Is that what the RuneScape world is called? Gillinor? Or is this just the area? Maybe it's just the area. Don't really know. I'm afraid this is the end of the road for you, Mr. Lathrix. This ruin is about to become your tomb. What was that noise? Oh, these are statues in the corner. I thought it was like a pillar. What's happening? It feels like the quaking has finally stopped. Called it. Holy Zamorak! What is that thing? Jekyll, take it down! I am a muscle man, not a fighter. I think we should get out of here, Willow. You're right, Marley. Burnt off, we're leaving. I can't believe they ran so quickly. I suppose I should take care of this thing. I'm not allowed to run? Oh, it's only level 25. Sure. Ooh, cool looking model though. Ancient Guardian. The guardian of an ancient ruin. Oh, look, I can mine the pillars. I knew they looked like interactable. Though I also thought the fire was interactable in the center, so you know, 1 for 3. Oh, that's why it recommended mining. You can either mine the pillars or is it... Wow, he actually hits for a ton. I'm gonna eat an apple pie. Oh! I only used up half of the pie. Does that still heal the full... Oh no. A pie is not as good as I thought they were. I might have to do multiple clicks to get the full heal. I'll have to check my health afterwards. That monster showed up at the perfect time. I would have been toast if Willow and her gang... Really? I don't think so, but sure. Speaking of which, maybe they left something behind I can salvage. So I can salvage some kind of reward. Oh my god, I can't read right now. Looks like Willow left a bag behind. Maybe there's something in it I could take. Will this be the quest reward? You rummage through Willow's bag. You found a pile of coins. These will do nicely. What was that noise? Don't be another kind of rock monster. What the? Romano. Bless me beard. Nope, not gonna do the accent because I am terrible at accents. Oh, look at the map. We get 1 quest point for all that. 2,000 gold coins and access to the ruins of Camdozel. That's probably not how you pronounce that, but still. Oh, wow. Hoo-hoo! I think visually we just found my new favourite area. Look at this! Abandoned dwarven ruins with like a big lake over there. Okay, this could sound silly, but instantly I thought Minecraft because this is like the type of cave I love, but still! Brilliant. There's a bank here, which maybe we'll be able to use as a free-to-play. World map. Oh, the offering altar! That's for the cooking stuff, so I'm guessing you fish here, offer there. Cool. The mines for the Baronite. This is where the dwarf's eventually going to be. The bank. The golem workshop. And the vault. Oh, this is very cool. Wow. I honestly didn't expect to see a dwarf in these ruins. I can't believe it. Yeah, exactly. It's been so long since I've heard another person's voice. Have you been trapped here this entire time? How did you find me? To be honest, it was all a bit of an accident. What do you mean? There was a gang of, well, I thought they were archaeologists, but it turns out they were grave robbers. I helped them clear the entrance to the ruins, and we worked our way inside, only to wake up a monster. They ran off and left me to defeat it. That wasn't a monster. That was my son. Well, it looked menacing enough. That was one of the guardians of this once great city. City? Yes, Camdozel, home of the Imkandu dwarves. These halls once bustled with life, but that was a long time ago. I am the only one left now. The name's Romano. And look, another person who immediately finds their way in, ruining the immersion. Okay, we continue. Not much of a city anymore, I suppose. I guess I didn't help with that. Sorry about breaking into your home and killing your guardian. We have plenty more, no real harm done. That said, I do think I might have a way for you to make up for it. There'll likely be something in it for you as well. My workshop is just north of here. Meet me there and we'll talk further. Romano departs for his workshop. Okay, well the first thing I want to do is go to the bank and see if we can actually use that. Because if we can, that makes this area a million times cooler. Because the amount of times I've not been able to access a bank because I'm not in members is staggering. Oh, we finally have access to a new bank. Brilliant. Okay, I'm just going to shove all of this, except for the pie there. There we go, the pies. So this is like 15 minutes later and me trying to understand exactly how this place works. So by the sounds of things, anything you do in this area will give you Baronite. There's mining, fishing, the offering, which we'll go and check out in a second, and the golem workshop. With the Baronite, it acts as a kind of currency to get buffs for the area. So extra chance to catch fish, extra buff when you're preparing fish, I'm guessing that's the sacrificial altar, and then extra defenses against the golems, and finally a permanent buff to your chance to find rare items. I don't exactly know what that means, but we're gonna find out soon enough. So I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna do some fishing and offering. So I think it requires a small net. Yep, needed a small net, so we're going to fish here in this absolutely gorgeous area. And we get these types of fish, the tetra, guppies, and cavefish. So the cooking experience isn't the worst. I've just prepared all the fish, one of them was ruined. Now we can offer them to the altar, which gives prayer experience and a really, really weird animation. Interesting. So there we are, level 33 prayer. Now we're going to go off and we're going to test out some mining. Oh, we have veins on the side, which is just pure baronite. I'm guessing this is how you get the baronite shards faster, because this is quite literally just baronite rocks. Okay, this is better than I thought. So it's multiple ore per vein, which is really nice. So it's AFK mining, which is weird. And you can get a baronite deposit, which looks like you can break it apart based on its examine. So I guess this is one of the rare items that the buff was talking about. Well, it turns out that the mining and smithing here is absolutely brilliant. By breaking open these deposits, you get between 5 and 15 of the baronite shards, normally 7 or 8, but you also get 30 smithing each. That doesn't sound like much, but it's actually absolutely loads based on how fast you collect these. So I'm going to keep on doing this until I've either leveled up smithing or we've got enough shards to activate one of the bonuses, and then we'll check out the golems. In one of them, I also got a telescope, which I can apparently take over to the Vrock Museum for a reward of some kind. So I've activated the first buff. We now have the mining buff, which has lit up a sign over there, which increases my rate of mining by 10%, which honestly is absolutely fantastic. But then, I've just got this. The Baronite Head, which is worth a fortune for high-level alchemy. So, with the other items I've got from the museum, I've simply used it with Romano. So if we use the Baronite Head, which I really think might be the mace, that looks like part of a weapon. I might be able to make something out of it. You'll need to have all of the right pieces, and 1,500 Baronite shards, or if you'd prefer, I can smelt it down for Baronite shards. Convert into the weapon. You need a Baronite handle, guard, and 1,500 shards, of course, plus the head. Interesting. Come back when you have all the parts and I'll happily knock something up for you. So where do we get the guard and the handle? I don't know. I'm going to continue mining though until I can activate the luck bonus here for extra 5%. Then I'm going to go and do the golem still. So since I've activated the mining bonus, you can see here with the statue, there's a nice glowing emblem. I'm assuming that'll happen everywhere. So at minimum, I want the luck bonus, but I'm also tempted to get the golem and fishing bonuses as well, just to kind of complete this area. So far, genuinely, this is my favourite place in all of RuneScape. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love there's a currency system. I love how the mining and smithing works here. It's just everything I kind of wanted earlier, and I wish I came here sooner. I only didn't come here sooner because I wanted it as a big reward for later on, but I kind of expected it more to be just a big quest line, not a whole area to work with. We now have active the fishing buff, the mining buff, and the luck buff. The reason why the fishing one's active is because it turns out to make the mace, we need to get the 3 parts from 3 separate actions. I did have to look this up because I ended up with 3 of the mace heads from mining, and the other 2 pieces you get from fishing and from defeating the golems in the golem workshop. I knew it was either going to be fighting or crafting. It turns out it's just killing them. That took ages, and then we get 2 back-to-back. You fished out a Baronite handle. You catch a Royal Guppy. You fished out a Baronite handle. What are the odds of that? At this point, I'm going to be able to make 2 of the things. Okay, now to see how the golems work then. I assume they're just regular enemies, or we have to do something with them. So far, everything has been a mix of skills, and I'm really hoping the golems are the same. In my head, I'm thinking crafting. I mean, it makes sense, right? This whole thing's about making them. Okay, so there's 3 golem types I can find. There's body golems over here to the right, which are level 50 and a bit difficult for me to kill. Then there's floored golems over here, which are level 14, which are very easy to kill. Then there's the mind golems here, which are level 30. This seems better, because I don't want to keep on awakening them and fighting them over and over. By the looks of things, it is just a matter of killing them. There isn't anything more complex to them, it's just wake them up and hit them with a sword for a while. Seems like they go down fairly easily without much attack stat of their own. Ooh, oh, interesting. They drop Rune Essence. That's good, because at some point, I do really want to try out rune crafting before we do our magic leveling. So I was saying how these only seem to be 1 skill type, and I was completely wrong. I love the ruins. I don't see anyone else here, so I'm sure I'm missing better ways to do all these different skill ups. But this here is beautiful, the Mind Core. So these act like 11 rune essence when you go to do some rune crafting, which means if you have a full inventory of mind cores, you essentially have 11 inventories worth of rune essence all at once, so less running back and forth. 241 mind golems later, we have 34 of the mind cores, 141 of the essence for later, loads of gems, and most importantly, we have the Baronite Guard, which means we can make what I'm assuming is going to be our final weapon. So, if we just talk to... Sandwich. Okay, first of all, let's quickly get a sandwich. What am I allowed? Another triangle sandwich. Brilliant. Is it always the triangle sandwich? I've had her event like 3 times, and every single time, the exact same sandwich. Okay, you. How do I make the weapon? I'm guessing I need to use that on you. Okay. You'll need to have all of the right pieces and 1,500 shards. I thought it was 1,000, so let's go and mine 1,500 shards. Then we can make our weapon of choice. Use that on you. I found this bit of Baronite. You'll need to have all the right pieces and 1,500 shards. Please construct the weapon. You have all the parts I need. Give me a second and I'll fix it up for you. You get the Baronite mace. I thought there'd be some animation there or something else or a cutscene. Nope, we just get the mace straight away. Here you go, 1 Baronite mace. Should come in handy when killing the golems around here. Now I do know it has a bonus to golem killing, because I saw that when I was looking up the stuff, but I didn't look at its stats, because I wanted that to be a surprise for me. So, let's take back out my sword. Equip that. So this is the stats for the sword. We have plus 24 stab, plus 33 slash, plus 2 crush. With the mace, plus 44 crush, plus 24 stab, plus 2 slash. So yeah, the main stat is 11 higher. Ooh, I just noticed. It also gives a bit of prayer, and it's faster. I did not realise the longsword was 3. I thought it was faster. Oh, have I been using a bad weapon? I don't care. I prefer swords compared with... Okay, I keep seeing everyone using scimitars. It's like the only weapon I see, so I assume the scimitar is really good. I don't care. I do not like how they look. I will never use one. The mace, on the other hand, is really weird looking, and I kind of appreciate that. So melee strength goes from 31 to 40, and it's faster. And it even gives a tiny prayer bonus, which is really cool. Oh! The sword gives defense bonuses? So many things I've overlooked. Yeah, let's start off with a miss. Okay, an 8, and that's not the maximum hit. 8 used to be my max. 10. I'm hitting for 10s versus the golems. Oh, that is so much quicker. I am missing less as well. That is absolutely beautiful. The big thing is, I also know that the golems have a weakness to earth magic. So what I'm going to do is get 10 or so levels using earth magic and see if we can actually do any damage at this super low level. Earth Strike, level 9. It takes earth runes, mind runes, and air. Earth is the most expensive, I think, or at least the most numerous there. I might look up what the best magic gear is, though, before we do this. I wasn't looking up stuff before, but now we're approaching the last day. I really want to make sure I have everything ready to do that final quest before we go. So I'll be right back once I know how to gear up being a mage, because I have no clue how any of this works. So I spent like half an hour looking online, and it turns out you don't really get many options as a free-to-play Iron Man in terms of magic gear. But these guys here, the Monks of Zamorak, apparently they can drop some of the best in slot gear, at least the bottoms. So we're just going to keep on killing these until we get the bottom of the robes. It also said that it's easier to kill them if you use magic or ranged, and I can see why, because apparently they just can't leave the monastery. The power of Googling things first. I also went to the museum. It turns out you just get gold for handing in the stuff, and kudos, which I can't figure out how to spend. Also, magic hits hard. I'm level 13 magic and I'm hitting for 6s. I'm now hitting for 8s. We now have the Robes of Zamorak, I believe they're called, which are giving us extra magic attack and a little bit of extra prayer. And I'm going to go and level up our magic to level 32, or 33, whatever's required, by killing loads and loads of golem. At this point I should mention I completely forgot about the minigame in the ruins, which I should have really looked into, because it turns out it can give you shields. Literally the shields I'm missing, Mithril and Adamant. Completely forgot it even existed because of all the other stuff. I really wish I started magic earlier. The amount of damage you can do with this, even at lower levels, is fantastic. We're hitting for 16 with our Earth Bolt, and 10 with our Earth Strike. Currently I have 86 Mind Cores and 326 Rune Essence. I think I also figured out that spells seem to have a maximum damage based on the spell type you're using, so these basic spells here, like Earth Strike, will only hit 10 at absolute max, no matter what level your magic gets to. So you really need to use these stronger spells. I also love the fact you get magic even if you don't actually damage the target. That's just made leveling it so much more fun. It's so sad going back to Wind Strike, now I'm out of everything else. Yep, max damage is 8. That's it. Just way slower. A little while later, we've killed 1,250 Mind Golems, we've got 101 Sapphires, 43 Emeralds, 19 Rubies, 198 Mind Cores, and 643 Rune Essence. So I decided to level up my regular combat skills near the end, since we ran out of all the good runes, so my attack, defense, and strength are now all at 50, and my hit points are at 51. You are the first person I have seen in maybe 6 hours of being here. I was worrying I was doing something silly being here for so long and not seeing anyone, because that really reeks of you're not doing something very smart. So now we're going to use up all the Mind Cores and all the Rune Essence, and we're going to see what level we get. I've also realised I dropped a lot of Rune Essence and didn't pick them up, which is very silly of me. So with rune crafting, we'll make the regular Mind Runes, and then at level 14 we can make 2 per Essence, and at 28 we can make 3 per Essence, which I'm hoping will also apply to the Mind Cores. I'm doing this wrong. Because the Mind Cores can only be used to make Mind Runes, we should use those first, because the highest level rune we can make in free-to-play is just the body runes. First I'm using the Mind Cores, and we made 297 from that one inventory, and got all the way to rune crafting level 13. That was a ridiculous jump. From level 5 to level 13. The Mind Cores do in fact give you more runes when you level up, so that was from one inventory of Mind Cores, almost 600 Mind Runes. So now we're at level 28, and what we need to do is find the Body Rune ruins. I don't actually know where that is. I think that's the water one there. And I'm almost certain this one over here in the desert is fire, because it was bright red when I walked past it, but I could be wrong. I'll just have to follow the instructions of the talisman. Oh, I think it's this one. Which I thought was water. Oh! I guess it is a body rune, so it's a bit fleshy, planty? I would love to know where these areas are. I love the fact you can see the other areas onto the side. Oh, it's a heart on the map. Yeah, apparently we're still here, so no one knows where this is. Let's see how much experience we get. 203. Not too bad. There's so many random NPCs you talk to and they just tell you to go away. I've been trying to talk to as many as possible lately because I'm trying to find anything I'm missing, like free-to-play vendors, and so far it's been pretty much just complete misses. Anyway, time to do lots of running back and forth for body runes. I'm already really missing using the mind cores. So another thing we could do is, rather than this, we could go out and get some swordfish. This is the highest level fish I can collect in free-to-play. The problem is, the only place I've seen anywhere where we can use the harpoon is on one of the islands we went to for a quest, which is nowhere near a bank. So maybe I'll get some of those at the end, but for now I just want to push through to get to 55 cooking. Get to 55 cooking, make some pizzas, and then go and get some swordfish as well. Then we'll have all the food we need to do Dragon Slayer. Just made 300 pizza bases over at the Cook's Guild, so now we need 300 cheese and 300 tomatoes. I'm gonna have one last run around looking at every shop possible, because so far, the only two places I've found cheese and tomatoes are in the shop over here, the food shop, and in the dye trader, the Witch's Hut. And that's it. And there's only one of each in both before I have to serve a hop. So I'm really hoping I can find food anywhere else. So my life now is taking a tomato, taking some cheese, and then going to a new world. Over and over again, and occasionally the game will crash. But one of the messages which pop up, one of the little hints, has actually got me worried. I didn't realise pizza is eaten in 2 pieces. You get a half pizza, where is it? Somewhere, it said you can basically reassemble them. There we go, you can put 2 halves of a pizza together to make a whole pizza. Does that mean, when you eat it, you're not getting the 18 health promised, but you're getting half of it? Or, is it even more powerful than I originally thought, and you're getting way more health? So like 36. I'm gonna assume you get 9 per eating animation, which isn't as good as I originally thought, though I guess it could be more efficient. Either way, we're still going with this. I almost have the 300 food required. Okay, making a pizza. Mix flour and water to make the pizza base. Done. Add the tomato to the pizza. Oh, thankfully it'll do all of them. I thought I was going to have to click each individually then. Then add some cheese to the pizza, then cook the pizza, then add your choice of toppings. Okay, that's really good, because it means I'm not going to have to get 300 anchovies, because many of these will likely burn, because I'm only just about the right level to actually make this. Oh, actually no, I'm going to be cooking the plain pizzas, then turning them into anchovy. I'm going to make sure this is actually the correct way of doing it, so I'm going to get my fishing net, which I'm sure I have. We're going to get some anchovies, we're going to cook these pizzas, and make sure this is how we do it, then I'll sort out everything else. So this is something else I'm curious about. The Forester's Campfire. Every time I've seen this, it's a person wearing the Forester's backpack, so I assume that's how you make it. And it looks like it might be a way of leveling up fire making that doesn't require making huge lines of fires. Might need to figure out how that works later, if we have enough time after Dragon Slayer to finally do the last few skills, so fire making and wood cutting. If we can get to Willow before the end, that'll be a nice little side quest. Okay, cooking the pizzas on the range. Then I'm assuming we have to cook the anchovies as well, since they're just going straight onto the cooked pizza. That's a lot of experience each. For the amount of effort and boredom this has cost me, I'm glad it's a lot of experience, at least. I wonder if you get experience for actually adding the anchovies as well. Yeah, surely this doesn't work, right? Nope, okay, so we need to cook the anchovies first. Okay, so that's all of them. Use anchovies on pizza, all of them. And we get some experience as well for that. There we go, we have the anchovy pizzas. Fantastic. Examine. They're worth 500 in the auction house, which is really cool. Not that's really useful for us. Okay, let's go and fish up a lot of anchovies and make all these pizzas. And that's it, the last of the pizzas cooked. I've got to be honest, I think cooking might be my favourite skill so far, especially the more complex things like the pizzas. I really, really want to make a load of the members options. So we have 263 plain pizzas, which we need to use with the anchovies. This is going to be my life for a while, and I need to be really careful to make sure I don't accidentally eat some of the pizza or the anchovies. I wish there was an animation for this. This is just weird. All the pizza's finished. Let's go and finally start off Dragon Slayer, the end quest for this entire run. I can start this quest by talking to the guild master at the Champions Guild, which I think is somewhere near Varrock. It's just south of Varrock. So there we are, the Champions Guild. Let's go and see what's even in the Champions Guild. I don't know what the requirements are to enter, I'm now realising. If this is a proper guild, I may need to do something first. That's why I've gave myself enough time, so we can definitely figure all this out. And so here we are at the Champions Guild, which I may have ran past quickly. Greetings, bold adventurer. Welcome to the Guild of Champions. Says the guild master himself. You're meant to be the person I'm talking to, but let's have a look around first. Master of the Champions Guild. So we have the room back here, which is just a few pretty things and a range. We have some chickens out there, along with the evil chicken, which is level 159. Ooh, there's a trapdoor. Let's go down the creepy trapdoor before... No, apparently we can't, because we're not a member. But we are allowed upstairs. So we have Scarvo up here, and Verlaine. Okay, so we can trade with Verlaine. And we can also trade with Scarvo. Talk to you first. Hello, matey. Do you want to buy some exciting new toys? That's creepy sounding. Okay, let's have a look. Oh. You know, that makes complete sense. It's like the one shop I haven't looked at, and of course you sell Rune in the Champions Guild. How much does it cost? Ooh, that's expensive. Now I'm really glad we went mining and did all that goldsmithing and everything else. I wonder what's more powerful, the Rune Mace or the Baronite Mace. Either way though, well there's our upgrades then, Rune Chain Body, Rune Plate Legs. No helmet though, but apparently we can trade with you as well. So what do you have? You have an Adamant Plate Body, which is actually better than what we have at the moment, as is Chain. So where'd you get the Rune Plate Body then? Why do you sell most rune armor but not plate bodies? Oh, you have to complete a special quest in order to wear rune plate mail. You should talk to... Okay, so I need to do Dragon Slayer to do that. First of all though, I'm going to come back with my money because I want to buy the rune. I'm also tempted to look up if there's anywhere we can get rune helmets or anything, but for now I'll be happy just getting the rune chainmail and the rune leggings, and since we have the money, I'll buy one of the weapons and see if it's better than the Baronite Mace. So that's all the money I have at the moment. If we need more, we can always just get more. I have loads of gems currently available, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so there's our defense stats. We changed to rune. Whoa, significantly better. Once again, significantly better, and now I'm really, really hoping that the Baronite Mace stays the best, because I love the look of this weapon more than anything else. Okay, so less melee strength, but more prayer, and the Baronite Mace has just a little bit more crush attack bonus, so it's a tiny bit better. So I will sell you that back. We lost a few thousand, but at least science has been done. We look a complete mess at the moment, don't we? Look at us. Rune, adamant, steel. We'll go with the blue cape, because at least then we're a little bit more matching. Yeah, same defenses, sure, we're going for a bit of a blue vibe, kind of an aquamarine style here, because we're just that fabulous. Okay, Guildmaster, greetings! Can I have a quest? Aha! Yes, a mighty and perilous quest, fit only for the most powerful champions! And at the end of it, you will earn the right to wear the legendary Rune Plate Body. You know, I actually think I know where we can buy the rune plate body after this. It's in Edgeville. There's a guy who won't let you buy from him, and there's literally rune all around the room. If it's there, I called it. If not, I can also imagine the vendors here can probably sell it as well. So, let's begin. So what is this quest? You'll have to speak to Oziark, the maker of rune armor. He sets the quests that champions must complete in order to wear it. Oziark, I mean, if I actually made rune and got to level 99 smithing, would that mean I still need to do this quest? If so, that's a load of rubbish. He lives in a hut by the cliffs to the west of Edge. I am a genius, man. He can be a little odd sometimes, though. Okay, I know exactly where that is. That is literally what I was just talking about. Let's run back to Edgeville, which I swear I spent most of my time in this run either in the mines or in Edgeville smelting the things from the mines. And by the way, if I wasn't doing this for a video, I would probably still be in the mines. Or cooking. They're like my favourite things. Absolutely called it. Aye, 'tis a fair day, my friend. And let's go with, can you sell me a rune plate body? So, how does thee know I have some? The guildmaster of the Champions Guild told me. Yes, I suppose he would, wouldn't he? He's always sending you fancy-pants heroes up here to bother me, telling me I'll give them a quest or something like that. Well, I'm not going to just let anyone wear my rune plate mail. It's only for heroes, so leave me be. I thought you were going to give me a quest. Alright, I'll give ye a quest. I'll let ye wear me plate armor if ye... Ooh, my accent went very weird then. Slay the dragon of Crandor! As he laughs at me. Yeah, okay. Slaying a dragon sounds like fun. I'm sure I'll be fine with my steel shield and, I'm assuming these are the best gloves ever, these vambraces. Which aren't even gloves. Ah, yes, you are a typical reckless adventurer, aren't you? Now go kill the dragon and get out of my face. But how can I defeat a dragon? Go talk to the guildmaster. The amount of quests. Okay, so far I've loved RuneScape's quests. Gotta be honest, fantastic. Love the humor, very up my alley. The amount of times it's go and speak to person A, then go back to person B, to then only go back to person A, is already getting a little bit tedious. Go talk to the guildmaster in the Champions Guild. He'll help you out if you're so keen on doing a quest. I'm not going to be hand-holding any adventurers. Is that it? I never tried. He just yells at me. Great. I've just realised I can teleport, and I keep forgetting I can teleport. So I can just teleport back to Varrock. Though I have limited lore runes is the problem. But I literally haven't teleported yet after getting all those levels. How does one teleport to Varrock? Fire, 3 air, 1 lore. So, 1 lore rune. I don't have any air runes. Oh, I do have the Staff of Air. Yep, you're seeing a pro magician in action. Neat. That was it. That was totally worth it. Definitely worth the lore rune. Okay, I'm going to skip the last, 10 minutes of talking to this guy and quickly sum up. So, we need to go to Crandor, an island with a volcano which was destroyed by the dragon. And to do that, we need to get ourselves a ship, we need to get ourselves a shield to fight the dragon herself, and we need to get the map pieces, which are held by Melzar, Thalzar, and Lozar, the 3 last survivors of the island. But first, we're going to see if we can get the shield of anti-dragon breath from the Duke of Lumbridge. I just summed up 12 minutes of me talking then. Okay, so can I please have the shield? If you really think you're up to it, then perhaps you are the one to kill the dragon, and we just get the shield. The Duke hands you a heavy orange shield. The anti-dragon shield on the game. This provides partial protection from dragon breath attacks. Okay, let's see how good it is then. It's worse than my steel shield. But I guess the whole point is, yeah, it's a gimmick shield, isn't it? It'll protect against the dragon breath, which I assume is the biggest attack from the dragon. Does that already have scratch marks? Oh good, it clearly saved the last person. So, I should see if there's a ship for sale in Port Sarim. I should check around the docks. I also need to find a captain. And then I need to go back to the Champions Guild to talk about the map, which has been split amongst 3 mages.
Oh, finally. I think I spoke to every NPC first and saw so many members options. That's because, of course, sailing is now a thing, and I think all of this section is now to do sailing. That took like 15 minutes. Hello there, interested in buying this fine ship? I'm sure I can offer her to you for a much better price than those shipwrights ask for. A much better price? What's the catch? Well, she's not quite seaworthy right now. Not seaworthy? Why would I want to buy her then? Because this isn't just any ship, this is the Lady Lumbridge. Ooh, I love the name. One of the last, there we go, Krendorian ships. That's what we needed. Despite her size, she's one of the most agile ships around. Okie dokie, she's all yours. So I need to fix the ship then. Let's actually enter the ship. Hello, Jenkins. How am I meant to fix this? Can you sail to Krandor? Okay, I think after this I'll go and get the map, because I looked everywhere in Port Sarim and I did not find a captain, so I think maybe I need to get the map first. Oh, or apparently there's a retired captain in Draenor Village. Okay. I can't remember his name, but he lives in Draenor Village and makes ropes. I have seen the rope symbol before, but at least they'll be easy to find. So, what am I meant to do then? Can you tell me how I'm meant to fix the ship? So the only thing which I've seen which is damaged is the hole in the bottom of the hull, which requires wooden planks to fix. So is there some kind of vendor which would sell me wooden planks, or is this a wood cutting thing? I'm literally just looking for plank shop. Sawmill! A sawmill would sell planks. In Draenor, in Varrock. Okay, we go to Varrock and we get ourselves some wooden planks. Okay, I need to bring logs to make planks, so I am actually kind of making them. Oh, it's a shame. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do any wood cutting for this run, but apparently that's not the case. So I didn't read it, and apparently I just needed 9, or at least that's the most he can actually make for me. So I went to the ship, and apparently you need to make steel nails. Now, thankfully, I can make steel nails, but it didn't tell me how much. It simply said you need 30 per plank of wood. It didn't say how many planks I actually need out of the 9. So to be on the safe side, I'm going to make a grand total of 18 steel, which means we'll make enough nails for all 9 planks. Is it all 9? I have no idea, but that's what we're gonna do. So, time for some coal mining here in the mining guild in Falador. Also, I have no idea what I was meant to do if I didn't already have smithing, because... oh, there must be somewhere you can buy the nails, because it's not recommended that you have smithing for the quest. So I have the nails, I have the planks, and apparently we need a hammer, which makes complete sense, and honestly, I'm not even mad about that one, because I should have thought to myself, obviously, you need a hammer. We've got planks, we've got nails, we've even got a hammer. Let's repair this ship. You nail a plank over the hole, but you still need more planks to close the hole completely. So that's 1, 2, 3, just 3. I wasted a lot of time making so many nails. Okay, once again skipping way too much dialogue. 1/3 of the map is in Melzar's Maze, northwest of Rimington, which apparently is a combat area. 1/3 of the map is hidden, and only the Oracle on Ice Mountain knows where it is. We've been below Ice Mountain, I have no idea how to get on top of it, but I'm sure it'll be self-evident once we get there. And 1/3 of the map was stolen by a goblin from the Goblin Village. We've already done the Goblin Village quest, so I'm assuming they're just gonna be friendly with me and give it over. Well, here we go then, Melzar's Maze. So straight away we have the exit door there. We have wardrobes, red doors, and a regular door there, and a suspicious looking painting, which I really thought was going to be like a fake door then, honestly. And then we have zombie rats absolutely everywhere. So you're securely locked. In the wardrobe, we have dead rats, because of course we do. I can't actually reach that wardrobe apparently because of this suspiciously placed candlestick holder.
Let's try the exit door, see what happens there. Then we'll try that door over there. Oh, the exit door is locked as well. Okay. There's also some grain. Okay, we can enter here, though. Someone's entered, then immediately left. I'm kind of glad about that, because I don't want to be spoiled. I'm tempted just to server hop, just to make sure someone else isn't doing it, because they might know what to do. Oh, there we go, key. I was just about to say, I've interacted with everything, I've killed a few rats and nothing's happened, and then immediately a key drops. Sorry anchovy pizza, you're going on the floor for now. That's a red key, so I assume it opens the red doors. Because I am a genius. For a second then I thought I was wrong. Bookshelves, and then a ladder up. Close study of the undead rat's behaviour reveals that no behavioural patterns acquired in life survive the process, even if the brain is perfectly preserved. I will have to find a way to conjure the deceased spirits separately. Okay, so clearly this guy is a wannabe necromancer. Hence the zombie rats. Okay, so we have ghosts who we can talk to. Oh! I do have the amulet of ghost speak in the, Ooh, that ghost looks weird. In the bank, but I'll keep on looking around first. Turns out violence is always the answer. We now have the orange key, so we can open the orange doors. Okay, so let's get another orange key, but now here we are with the skeletons, so once again, it's just going to be a matter of killing the skeletons, I imagine, in order to get a yellow key. Oh, I was wrong. There's no up ladders. They're all down. So this one here has no ladder, this one has one, this one goes all the way around and has one all the way there, which seems the most interesting. This one has one as well. Okay, guess we'll go and do that. Properly all the way down to the bottom. Melzar the Mad! Okay, he still exists. We're being attacked by feet and custard, apparently. And a pet rock. Oh, he summoned a cabbage. Well, this is kind of sad. I think I'm beating up a person who's been alone for way too long and age has taken him. Yeah, there he goes. So that'll give me a key, I guess. The pink key, which I have no idea where that goes. Do I need to kill the big ol' lesser demon there? Oh, that's the pink key. Sorry, the magenta key. Did I just mess up? By entering that door, did I just mess up? Ha! Yes, I do have to kill the lesser demon. I thought these doors were just allowed. Oh, am I going to have to run all the way back around now because I pressed the wrong door? Oh, I'm such a dummy. Okay. You don't have to watch all that again. I'll be right back once I'm at the demon and I've killed the poor old man again. So it turns out the lesser demon isn't all that difficult to beat, and I really hope maybe it drops something interesting, but it seems like it only drops the key in the ashes. That's the second one I've killed at least, and I'm going to leave it there. And I'm assuming this chest will give me the map piece, right? Da-da-da-da, 1 of 3. So which one should we go to next? I guess I'll just do it in order. The next one is the Oracle on Ice Mountain. I guess I'll just walk the perimeter until I find it. So we can either go up and around here or up near the monastery. But I think I can see where I'm meant to go. Is that a path? I mean, that looks... I don't know. Yes? No? How can my character climb this, but he gets stuck on like a tiny hedge? How does he climb that? You know what? Not gonna complain, it's over there, wasn't it? Let's go and talk to the Oracle. I seek a piece of the map to the island of Grandor. The map's behind a door below, but entering is rather tough. This is what you need to know. You must use the following stuff. First, a drink used by a mage. Next, some worm string changed to sheet. Then, a small crustacean cage. Last, a bowl that's not seen heat. No idea. Silk? Or, yeah, it'd be silk, right? That's from the silkworm. Lobster pot. And then I'll just need to make a bowl. And not fire it. What is a drink that used by a mage? I guess I can check the Wizard Tower and bars and see what drinks they have if one's got like a magic name. And the doors, but you know what, I actually think I know what that door is. It's in the Dwarven Mines. I've ran past it like 20 times and it's all enchanted. Does that go there? Fantastic. Okay, well, I need to go and mine some clay. So, I'll go to Varrock anyway, and I'll check the Rune Trader and the bars there, see if they have anything. Silk? I actually have no idea. Where'd you get silk from? Is there a silk shop? Does someone just sell silk? Silk Trader! There we go! Okay, I think I know where to get everything with an idea about the drink. Anything with magic in the name. Let's go and find some magic brew. So level 8 crafting is all we need to make the pot. Fantastic. So we just need to go and mine some clay. There's the potter's wheel, I thought so. Mine some clay, get it wet, make a bowl. So I've just checked the pub in Varrock along with the magic shop, and neither of them had anything interesting to do with a magical drink. So we're gonna have to look elsewhere. And we have silk. One more pub which only sells beer. So I did check the Wizard Tower, this is completely unrelated, and there was absolutely nothing. I spoke to everyone, I tried to open up all the drawers and check all the different books, and nothing of interest. So the pub in Port Sarim also doesn't give me what I seek. We're going to grab the lobster pot now, there we go. The last pub on the way is the one in Falador. Then I don't know. I mean, there's also the one here, but I'm fairly certain that it doesn't actually have anything but beer on the tables. Wizard's Mind. Oh, I am so dumb. I actually knew this because this is one of the options when you're helping the dwarf for Below Ice Mountain. Or at least you're getting the dwarf very drunk. Wizard's Mind Bomb. That's gotta be it. Okay, we have the bowl. We do not fire the bowl. Now we go to the Dwarven Mine. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to realise this door's gonna be important at some point. It's a writhing golden door with a big chest in the middle. So, open door. Ah, okay. Oh, of course, the jug wasn't part of that. I don't know why I even tried that then. Lobster pot and the Wizard's Mind Bomb. And there we go. So that'll be the next part. Now we need to go to Goblin Village. Here I rest the map to my beloved home. To whoever finds it, I beg of you, let it be. I was on a bow not to destroy the map piece, but I have used all of my magical skill to keep it from being recovered. This map leads to the lair of the beast that destroyed my home, devoured my family, and burned to a cinder all that I love. But revenge would not benefit me now, and to disturb this beast is to risk bringing its wrath down upon another land. I cannot stop you from taking this map piece now, but think of this. If you can slay the dragon of Crandor, you are a greater hero than my land ever produced. There is no shame in backing out now. I was told that apparently it's been stolen by someone called Wormbrain, who's now in the Port Sarim jail. We are really going to every corner of the free-to-play map. Well, we found Wormbrain in the prison. And, I could just kill you, I could pay for the map piece. I'm not going to do anything for you, forget it. So, I'll let you live. I could just kill you. Me in here and you out there. You not get the map piece. Okay, how much do I need to pay you? 10,000 coins. Huh. I could kill him using magic, and then maybe I can use telekinetic grab. The fact it gave me the option. Oh my god, I've just pieced it together. This quest had a recommended level 33 magic, and I've just seen the level of telekinetic grab. It's for this moment. I'll be back with some magic. I feel like such a smarty face right now. I've been thinking about uses of telekinetic grabs since I got past that level in my magic. I'm currently 43, and apparently I only need 33 for the quest, so I'm a bit of a dummy there. And I kept thinking about the demon in the wizard tower and things like that, which you can clearly attack at range, but you can't really kill them. This is what you get for being greedy. Map part. Absolutely called it. Oh, it's like a orb thing. There we go, we have all 3 parts of the map. So now we can go and talk to the captain in... I forgot where it's called, to the east. And I think that's it. Please don't let me die to the dragon god. Just gave Ned the map, heading over to the boat. We've completely capped out on pizzas because you can never have enough pizza, says Lathrix, who's horribly lactose intolerant. This place looks so much cooler after I've turned off hide roofs. I should have done this a long time ago. Entering our boat. And there's Ned. Ah, it's good to be on board a ship again. No matter how long I live on land, a ship will always seem better. Are you ready to depart? Yes, let's go, Ned. Ooh. Oh, there's Crandor in the middle. So that's where we've been before, Karamja. I wonder how many of these you can get to in free-to-play. Yeah, that's dragon symbol there, always lovely. It's good to feel the salt spray on my face once again. And this is a mighty fine ship. She doesn't look like much, but she handles like a dream. How much longer till we reach Crandor? Not long now, according to the chart, we'll be able to see Crandor if it wasn't for those clouds on the horizon. Clouds surround the ship. That was some high-quality cinematic masterpiece right there. Looks like there's a storm coming up, Captain. Soon we won't be able to see anything. Oh well, the weather had been so good up until now. Oh, that was a dragon. That was definitely a dragon. I thought I saw something up above us. Yeah, Ned, I think you're onto something there, mate. Oh my god, that cinematic is brilliant. Oh no, the cabin boy. Okay, we're gonna crash hopefully into Crandor then. That went about as well as you could expect. You are knocked unconscious and later awake on an ash-strewn beach. Are we in Crandor? We are in Crandor. Okay, so it is where we're meant to be at least. I can't see Ned. Ned? Is Ned dead? Dead Ned? I can't reach that. How about if I enter like this? Nope. Good chance Ned is just dead. There's moss giants and skeletons abound. I'm guessing we just need to find the way in. It's a very cool looking island, I like the look of it. Okay, so that's one entrance. Is there anything else? Mining sites. Ooh, let me see what you can mine here. So there's coal and mithril. Lots of mithril. If there's a way back out of here, like easily, that would be really cool. There's other mining sites as well. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check those out before we go in the ominous hole of doom. Lots of gold, more mithril. And a lesser demon guarding the way. I think that's the way up. So I'm just going to wait here till my run is back, and then I'm going to try and run past the demons to get into the cave itself. No, don't attack me, you stupid little scorpion. Okay, on the way here until I auto-heal, so I don't need to use up my food, and my run is back. Well, a skeleton wants to kill me, so you know what? Sure, let's just jump in then. Straight away we'll eat a pizza. And that is why I have the anti-flame strength shield. So far looking pretty promising on behalf of us. Skeletons there, they're cheering me on, I assume. Let's move so I can actually see myself. Ooh, the fire can hit for a lot. Wow, it is just spamming that fire attack. Suddenly not looking quite as good. Yeah, this is... There goes all my prayer. Wow. Maybe the swordfish would have been better because it takes so long to eat and then get back to attacking. Maybe repeatedly clicking slows down me attacking again because that took so long and I am missing every single swing. 10! Yeah, dragon's hurt. Who'd have thought? Ooh, I really should have leveled up prayer to get the anti-magic thing, shouldn't I? Should I try and eat like mid-swing? Does that work? So swing, eat. No, that is like a delay. I don't know how combat works in this game very well. God, is there any way to get her to stop spamming the fire attack and just do the melee? She's so much worse at melee than a fire attack. Please attack. Why does it take so long to get attacking again? Should I run and eat? Would that be better? Oh, well, I guess that fire attack looks like a proper ranged attack, so that would be silly. If I run, she's going to spam that, isn't she? Okay, eat pizzas again. Yep, I do think swordfish would have been better. All the effort making these pizzas, and I am massively doubting my choices in life. Also, I wonder if she drains prayer, because that prayer went so quickly. But I also haven't used the higher level prayers before, maybe that's how it works. It was a good start, to be fair. She was hardly hitting me, and I was hitting for a lot. So close. Just spam those pizzas. Eat all the lactose in the world. Stop hitting for just ones. Come on, you missed so many hits. Actually, score a good number. Haha! Pizza's won the day. Ooh. Cheering skeleton as I rip off her head. Is that it? Are we done? The severed head of the great dragon Elvarg. I've slain the dragon, now I just need to tell Oziak. I forgot who Oziak is. Oh, he's the guy in Edgeville, right? Okay, well let's get out of here before the dragon respawns. Is there something down here? Oh, there's lesser demons. Oh, you know what? Let's go the other way. How do we get back to land? I mean, I can wait 10 minutes and just use the Lumbridge teleport. But how else do we get back to land? Huh. Yeah, my boat's pretty wrecked. There's planks I can pick up, but I don't have the nails to fix it. Is there any other way to leave? Loads of lesser demons, then there's this wall here. You remember where the secret door is for future reference. Red spider, eggs, gold. Where are we? Okay, there's an... Aha! Escape rope. Demons again over there. We are... Oh, Gramja! Oh, that's actually brilliant. Okay, so we have a way to come back and kill the demons later if we want to. I might end up quickly looking up what they drop. It's just nice fighting higher level enemies. So I'll take the boat and we'll be on our way back to Varrock. No, sorry, back to Rimington. No, Edgeville. I'm going somewhere. So I caved in and I've just looked at what the lesser demons can drop, being one of the few higher level enemies I can kill. After killing a few and them giving us emeralds, axes and money, they can actually drop rune helmets and mithril shields. Two things I really, really want. So I think I'm going to end this 100 hours by trying to kill lesser demons back near the Dragon Slayer final boss. Probably a silly thing to do, but it's what we're going to do. We have loads of anchovy pizzas left, and it'll be a good way to farm our levels. Have you slayed the dragon yet? Yes, I have. And I have its head here. You actually did it. I underestimated ye, adventurer. I apologize. You're a true hero, and I'd be happy to sell ya rune plate bodies. Not even give me one, mind you. Sell me one. The ability to equip and rune and dragon plate bodies. I'm not going to try and find out what that is. Only 2 quest points. I got like 5 for helping Romeo. So, can I now try? Yep, can I buy a rune plate body now? Wow, you have a lot of anti-dragon shields in stock. The green... Oh! That kind of dragon body. And you have a rune plate body for 84,000. Obviously, we're going to go off... Nice. And get ourselves a rune plate body. There we go. What I think is the best armor in free-to-play. Looks a lot better than the chain. So yeah, now what we need to do is go back to the island with loads of food in tow, and we're gonna go and grab ourselves as many kills with lesser demons as possible, and hopefully we can get the helmet and the shield before the end of this run. They're both very low odds, but we have quite a bit of time left, and we have absolutely loads of food. Actually, I need to bring some money because I need to get the boat there. And so begins my life now, killing... Wait, did I just hit for 10? Was I 1 strength off a new max hit this entire time? Well, found out that a little bit late, but still, it'll be good now killing the lesser demons. So this is my life. I've also brought a harpoon so I can catch some swordfish outside. We'll see how long that takes. If it's not too bad, I'll bring some stuff to make fire so we can actually just cook them here and not have to run back to the bank every time I run out of pizzas. Yeah, I'll be back. Probably in a few hours. Well, that took nowhere near as long as I expected. We have the Rune Med Helm, and we have the Mithril Square Shield. Obviously, the Square Shield's nowhere near the best shield we can get, but for now... Yep, it's certainly better than what we had before. So, I'll kill this last demon, and then we need to figure out what we're going to do for the last 6 or so hours of this run. What I'm thinking is we can do a few more quests. Now, there's one quest in Lumbridge, which I've ran past like a million times, the milk one. But I don't know, that's just fitting. Let's face my fears of lactose. Alternatively, we could level up ranged, because there's the dragon armor, the green dragon armor, which we can now purchase, and I think I can purchase every piece of this. Which would mean getting the full range set is actually considerably easier than getting the full rune set for melee. So, let's see how long this quest takes, then maybe we'll do that afterwards. Okay, this guy wants to make a milk empire. We need to go across the river and talk to the farmers about animal husbandry. Nice and simple. Now, what really catches my attention is this one had a combat requirement. Am I going to have to massacre cows? Gilly said to make the cows happy. Seth gave me a book. Honestly, nice people. Oh, good. I get to try the milk. It is not good milk, and in fact, it caused poison damage. Okay, so we need a permit to start our milk empire, but apparently we need to go and talk to Gilly again and see if she will give us one, even though she's a farmer herself. The Duke apparently has outsourced his power to the Farmers' Union. Once again, we need to drink the milk. And it's even worse than before. Well, at least it didn't cause damage this time. Well, that looked like a horrible experience. It wasn't pleasant. We're not going to be competition because of how bad the milk is, and she does bring up a great point that apparently we don't know where the source of the milk is. He certainly doesn't seem to have cows. Anyway, I'm still trying to convince her. Now that you mention it, I've had an incredibly aggressive bull disrupting my herd lately. I've got him caught in the pen over there. Oh yeah, I've seen that guy before when I was running past in the desert. Perhaps you'd be interested in dealing with him. I'd owe you a fairly large favour. A roughly permit-sized favour? Absolutely. Okay, let's go and, I think, kill a cow. A bull. Oh, that's why we have the combat recommendation then. Okay, let's fight this thing. Release the bull, yes. Yes, and don't ask again, no. The bull enters. The cows scatter. Look, mate, I've killed a dragon already. You have a health bar. Why do you have a main health bar? Oh, was I meant to dodge that? Oh, this thing has actual mechanics. Why does this thing have mechanics and the dragon doesn't? That's brilliant. That's fantastic. You notice a strange tag float to the ground as the bull falls. It reads, Brutus. was really good. Can we fight it again? Oh, that's a shame, because it said yes and don't ask me again later. Okay, so we go and talk to Gilly, and then I guess we can go give the permit to the guy. Gilly and I have pieced together that Brutus was the business partner of the guy I've been helping, and potentially that's why his herd was producing such bad milk. But the problem is, we haven't seen his herd, and bulls don't produce milk. I'm gonna let that one sit. Yes, Gilly, I think he's been stealing milk. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay, it does kind of sound like he had cows somewhere, and ruining the milk was the unique flavour he was after, so we're gonna go with that. One quest point, access to Brutus's field, and Gilly's cowbell supply. Maybe we can kill Brutus again. Okay, let's go back. So we just got a cowbell amulet, and a magical lamp. Wear, ring, use, charge, drop. Charge. Air runes. I am very confused. Okay, let me grab some air runes. So we've charged the amulet, and now it has the option to teleport. I have no words for what just happened, though we are now in... Wait, so this lets me teleport to Lumbridge whenever we want, as long as we have air runes in this thing. Oh, I should have done this quest so much earlier. That is so useful. Though apparently we can fight Brutus again, so let's do that a couple of times and see if he has any unique drops. He's, after all, a mini-boss? Would you call him a mini-boss? I mean, he's not exactly difficult, but he does hit for like 10, if you're not paying attention. So, I'm gonna kill him 10, 20 times? I've also just realised, I think I'm getting bonus experience. Yeah, definitely, 22 health is way more than I've ever got from any of these attacks. Dual bosses give bonus experience. I know that there's the hill giant boss, which I'm too scared to fight because apparently I'm too low level. Huh. But I'm assuming there's other bosses as well. Raw T-bone steak. Bull bones. Bury the bones, yes. 40 prayer? And a muleta. What's a muleta? A defensive weapon. Okay, let me kill you again. So the muleta goes in your offhand like a shield, and it increases your attack bonuses and your melee strength. Not by much, but kinda like my Amulet of Accuracy, and there's gotta be a better amulet somewhere in free-to-play, but I'm still using that from Imp Catcher. I really, really wish I did this quest earlier, because it looks like you get bonus experience for fighting the cow, and it always drops the bull bones, which is loads of prayer experience, and it always drops the T-bone steaks, which I'm assuming are gonna be a good food. Plus, I could have got this offhand weapon way earlier, where it'd be way more impactful. If I was looking up things, probably would have done this sooner. Also, I just think this is brilliant, because this is a really good kind of introduction to bosses. Remember that I was tempted to get to 40 range? I could do that here, and if there's bonus experience for hitting this guy, it would probably be the fastest way to level it. Just make sure I dodge the attacks, and that's it. I've avoided range almost completely because it's the one thing I've actually done before I did this free-to-play run, so this is kind of going back to what I remember. So I've grabbed some short bows of different types. It turns out a U-bow is members only, which is really surprising to me. And now it's time to miss a lot of shots as we level up. But with the bonus experience and the fact it can't really hit me because my higher defense, I'll just keep doing this, running around that does the abilities, and I'll be back once I'm using something better, or I'm just all the way to level 40. Honestly, it's easier doing this with range than melee, because every time it does one of its special attacks, just run away and keep shooting. Now that I'm hitting with rapid fire pretty much consistently, and now we have a max damage of 4, these are going by a lot faster. We're already level 21 range. I'll go and make myself a coif when I've finished off using all the pizzas, because I am occasionally being hit by the abilities, because honestly I'm not paying enough attention. Range is just so lovely. And one more shot will do it. There we go, level 40 range. So I've killed how many Bruti? 87 of them. We've managed to get to level 40 range, 35 prayer, and 58 cooking from cooking all the T-bone steaks. So with that, we can now wear the Dragonhide body, Dragonhide vambraces, and Dragonhide chaps. I also got myself some adamant arrows as a treat. So we're going to see just how high we can hit with this. Let's go back against Brutus. And then what I'm thinking, for the last few hours, I'm tempted to try and get my crafting up so that we can enter the Crafting Guild. Which I think is the last guild in the game, in free-to-play at least, I currently don't have access to. I think. So with adamant arrows, I can now hit for 7s. And currently we have, with our current set of armor, plus 66 range. I still don't know if there's any rings in the game which actually give you anything. I'll have to check the gold ones I have, but I can't enchant them. So maybe I'm missing something in free-to-play, but I feel like we're pretty close at least to the best gear in free-to-play, at least for range. So I'm going to run off, go to the Crafting Guild, see what level we need. Then we're going to go ahead and mine some gold, because we have loads of rubies and sapphires and emeralds, which we can turn into necklaces, which will give us loads of crafting experience. We only need level 40. I don't know why, but in my head it was 44. I was so certain it was 44, and now I realise I have no idea how I made that up. And there we go, level 40 crafting, so let's go and check the Crafting Guild. I also made myself a nice ruby ring, and I've made a load more necklaces as well. We need a brown apron. I know where to get one of those. It's in Varrock, at the clothes shop. Now we have the proper brown apron. Welcome to the Guild of Master Craftsmen. So let's see what we have. So straight away we have gold rocks, clay rocks, and silver rocks, which we've seen from the outside. We have people we can just talk to. We have a pottery oven. We have a man made of gold entering here. I did not know you could have gold armor. We have chisels, hammers, jugs, which is all good, potter's wheels. So if we want to make clay stuff, I think we have everything available to do so. What's upstairs? I'm hoping a tannery. Yep, there we go, a tanner, perfect. So we can also make all of the leather stuff we want if we bring our own thread. Ring mold, tiara mold, necklace, holy. We have spinning wheels, which there's not much use of that for us. Now the big question, will these banks work? We have a bank chest and a bank deposit box. In all the other guilds, it was members only. And I'm afraid it's members only here as well, which is a bit disappointing, but honestly, it's what we expected. World hopping has to be my least favourite thing in this game by a long shot, so I think if I do continue to play this character after this playthrough, I'm definitely going to get my gold from here rather than the other mines, even if it does mean a longer run back to the bank, just because my sanity will thank me. I've just realised I've never made a cake in this game, so with the limited amount of time we have left, I think it's only fair we make ourselves a chocolate cake to finish everything off, which is the level 50 cake. 28 buckets of milk, 28 cake tins, 28 pots of flour, 28 chocolate bars, 28 uncooked cakes, 25 cooked cakes, 3 burnt. We have our 25 chocolate cakes, and it turns out I'm a little bit silly because I thought I would just finish the cakes as we rolled over to hour 100. But I misread how much time we have left. Instead, we have 1 more hour left. So I think I'm finally going to do is level up fire making as much as I can in 1 hour. I also found out how to make the forester's fires, which is incredibly easy. You just use a log on a fire. Gotta be honest, cutting down regular trees is incredibly satisfying. Just look at the devastation in our wake. Also, thanks to leveling up smithing, I have made myself a mithril axe, which requires 21 wood cutting, and I doubt we'll get much higher than that in the next hour. So, I'm just gonna keep on doing this, burning every single log we've got, and hopefully we get to maybe level 20, 30 by the end of the hour.
So if we use logs on the fire, that converts it to a forester's fire, and then all we need to do is keep on using them. That was not around 20 years ago, and I'm so glad it's here now. We just stand still and mostly AFK. I had to stop mid-swing halfway through getting a full inventory of oak logs. We have just reached 4 days and 4 hours, meaning we're now on 100 hours in free-to-play Iron Man old school RuneScape. So here are all the skills I managed to get in those 100 hours, and I've just got 27 woodcutting, 30 firemaking, just shy of being able to cut down willow logs, which is genuinely really, really annoying. Though honestly, I still can't see much use for woodcutting and firemaking in free-to-play, especially Iron Man, since I can't do fletching. Am I ever going to need logs for anything? So I'll be right back and we can have a final chat about my 100 hours in what was honestly a fantastic experience. I'll try to keep this short and sweet. This video is already going to be way too long, but honestly, I've really enjoyed this experience. For a free-to-play experience, there is a surprising amount to do. I didn't finish off all the quests, and there are certainly things I wish I'd done differently. Focusing on one skill at a time and really focusing on it, having all of the buildings actually show themselves rather than hiding the roofs, and really focusing a bit more on the quests, I think are what I would have done differently. Other than that, I'm glad I explored pretty much every aspect of free-to-play, at least that I could find, and I would definitely recommend it if you have a spare 100 hours. And as a final note, I don't think it comes as any surprise, my absolute favourite of the skills ended up being fishing, cooking, mining, and smithing. If I could just focus on 4 of them, I would just do that and pretty much nothing else. The combat, I didn't really enjoy. I know weapons can have special attacks in the paid-for games, since I remember using the magic bow, and I'm sure there is way more complexity out there. But as it stands in free-to-play, combat didn't really hold all that much interest for me. Pretty much everything else I at least enjoyed, but if I could go back and just go back to smithing and level up until I'm wearing full adamant that I've built myself, I would definitely have done that. That all said, thank you so much for watching. If you've watched the entire video, you are an absolute legend. This is going to be a very long-winded and very dry video in my opinion, but definitely one I've enjoyed thoroughly, both recording and editing. So, thank you so much. More frequent videos in the future, which don't take quite so long to put together, and with less real-life drama happening.